Oh, that actor volcano map is amazing. Anyway, we should bring Ornlu on sometime soon. And then we'll have Sitaux versus Vivi, and the winner will advance, the loser will go home. And I think these are going to be live.
What's up?
Hello there, Ornlu. How's it going?
It is going. I'm awake. Today starting a little bit later was definitely helpful.
Yeah, but now you gotta do it tomorrow too.
Yeah, I can manage that though. Bump up the volume. So I think this should be a really interesting set.
Sitaux Vivi.
Yeah.
That's our first one.
Yep. And I mean, we saw Vivi.
Prediction. I'm gonna go Sitaux 3-1.
I'm gonna go Sitaux 3-2.
Oh, okay.
I think it can be really close. This is the best we've seen Vivi play in a really long time. But
he's been using that two stable scouts on a lot of maps from what I've seen. He tried that in King of the Desert and it didn't really work out for him, but it does provide some entertaining games.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like this should be interesting in that both of these players are very aggressive, but they do so in different way. As you're saying, Vivi really likes that scout play, and Sitaux is more of the like, okay, let's go up to feudal age 18 pop and just start making archers constantly.
Ooh, I like both of them. And, you know, Vivi, he used to be known for that tower play, but that's kind of gone away in current days.
Yeah, it's less the case now.
It looks like they're drafting something. Do you know if they're drafting maps or civs? It looks like the maps. So we have that. We have.
So were you just on AOE2 scam?
I just saw it on the dashboard.
Oh, well.
What we're gonna have: Koala, La Grande Fosse, Fractal, Low Tide, and Brahmaputra.
All right, we got some aggressive maps here.
Yeah, no Relic Factory this game. They're all pretty aggressive.
Yeah. Did you comment already on why we get only 2 sets today? Because otherwise it would be like a 12-hour day, apparently.
Yeah, but that's fun.
Yeah, but you know, The heart is willing, but the body is bruised, or whatever it is.
Oh, I didn't know
Spongy
Heart
and
was still in
bruised.
this tournament.
TaToH can cast 12 hours. I can cast 12 hours. I have done it before.
Yeah, we can do it.
Alright, we have our Civ draft as well. Or not. I lied.
I see Latin Teams Tournament Civ Draft Best of 3, but I only see a map draft.
I see Sitaux versus a Tyler.
Oh.
So I feel like somebody accidentally joined.
That can happen. That used to happen on Voobly. Like I joined to spectate, but they didn't have players join as specs ticked, so I'd join as a player just as they launch, and then I'd be in the lobby.
Yep. Yeah, Tiwa said 3-1 Sitaux. I said 3-2 Sitaux.
I mean, these things do tend to go 3-2.
Yeah, this tournament's been so close with the sets. Which has been fun. For sure.
But you know what? I was thinking, I think we need more maps in the tournament.
You're getting bored of them already?
I think that the number of maps we have would be great for, like, if we were to start the tournament after this round and just play, like, the final rounds with these maps. But to go for a more longer tournament, I think we need more maps. It's like Terra Nova Duos might have had too many. This one, I think, doesn't quite have enough. Like, maybe like 15 to 20 would have been better than 10.
Well, I do want to make sure players are able to practice all of the maps.
But it looks like we have a draft now.
Oh, okay.
Choose my role as a spectator.
Yeah, that's I guess waiting for Vivi to join that.
Nope.
Just caught up on the Vinch versus Fire set. Yeah, that was something.
A lot of these have been something.
Oh yeah. I mean, MBL VV yesterday was also insanely good.
TaToH Yo was also insane.
Oh yeah. There have been a lot of great sets.
I like how the maps tend to produce very asymmetrical gameplay styles from different sets.
Yeah. There isn't as much of, okay, we're just going to do the exact same thing and somebody's going to get an early lead and snowball it.
Yeah, it's why someone's going to be in the middle of a map and someone's going to be on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Or someone's going to have a ton of scouts and someone's going to have a hole in their wall.
Especially if it's Quebrada de Cafayate.
And sometimes players just want wall and think they're walled.
Why on earth would you think you were walled back? These maps are anti-T90 maps? Well, it's interesting because a lot of them are very, like, fixed in their positioning, which is like a T90 map. But they kind of go for different things, right? These tend to produce more wild games, no matter what, in general.
And somehow I feel like they seem more standard than T90 maps, like from Hidden Cups or whatnot.
In some ways. I think some of the maps are pretty standard. I think some of them are still kind of out there. Tactics maps, not strategy maps? What would you consider a strategy map? 2 to 4 more maps. Well, then the amount of money for each map contest winner gets diluted even more, right?
I mean, we did have like what, $4,000 for map prize winners. I think that's more than enough to handle a few more maps.
That's $400 a winner, or a map win.
So is Vivi gonna join this draft, or is this just a big debate?
I don't know, man.
We also have AoE All-Stars going on.
What's that?
I don't know, but it's a draft between King Alfonso and Epalamus,
Ah, I see.
or El Palamus.
Triple cast? No, double cast.
Quadruple cast. You know what I'd really like to see as a tournament? Arabia 4v4 random civs.
That would be a lot of fun.
And random positions too, so you don't pick your position.
We'll get a lot. That would be an absolute nightmare to organize.
It'd be great. You don't need to do any drafting. You just got to show up and play the games.
But yeah, that's the hard part about organizing.
It would be legit the easiest settings. Just like no restarts, no drafting, no picking position. You just get there, and maybe you require teams to use the even and odd colors, but other than that, you just play Arabia. And we got to use like the classic version of Arabia, and not the DE version.
Want to hear some cool Ornlu RMS stats? Sure.
Ornlu RMS stats. Is this stats about Ornlu playing RMS?
I don't know, man. That lacks DLC. Yeah, we have the RMS Cup 2 Statisticarinos.
Yeah, where's that PDF? I think Airfox has sent it to me.
Oh, you mean the
through.
Google Sheets?
Oh, yes, the spreadsheet. I've been saying PDF instead of sheet recently, and I've been inaccurate.
The Grand Finals too? 16 games in one day? Isn't it 9 games in one day?
I mean, we did 19 in one day earlier, so it's not that bad. Okay. Sieste's posting the links. That one's got the link too.
Yep.
Exactly, Nerfox has stats.
Yep, Burmese 100% win rate. 1-0.
Ooh, where were they picked?
I remember seeing that game. Ring of Reeds. And was, I think, a full monk game.
Yeah, that they can be clown save if you want to go full aggressive monk rush.
Average viewer count since RMS has increased by 160%. Average hours watched of VODs by 570%. And peak viewer count for 22 by 521%. Yeah, this tournament's been
new stats.
Yeah. Oh, okay, they're picking civs. Yeah, I have more new follows in the last month than I do all of the rest of the year put together.
That's how stuff happens. You tend to get big bursts here and there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's take a look at this draft here. We get some bans. We'll have Chinese and Japanese banned from Vivi, and Aztecs and Spanish banned from Sitaux.
Okay, I bet Vivi's gonna pick Burgundians as his first pick, and it's gonna get sniped.
That
That's
makes
my
sense.
bet.
Yeah, I know he likes his Castille. I've seen him do fast Yep.
Hey!
I've seen him do lots of fast castle Castille strats. I wonder if Sitaux is gonna pick the Gujars or if he's gonna go for something else.
Hindustanis.
He picked both of them.
Yeah. Lithuanians, interesting.
Maybe for Koala, and then Mayans, just an all-around good civ. Well, I guess that Mayans would have to be Koala or Le Grand Fosse. You don't really want to use them on Low Tide or Brahmaputra.
Not much.
Maybe
Yep, Vivi goes with
maybe
Gujars.
Fractal. Yeah, I'm liking Vivi's draft so far. And now he can go Hindustanis. Oh, he goes Malians. Okay, that's his Low Tide civ.
Yep. People like cute animals. It is true.
Like Ornlu.
I'm so kawaii. But yeah, guys, T90 rescheduled to next week, so I'll be casting one of the semifinals with him. Casting with, of course, our beloved T West today. I'll cast the finals with Nova. And might cast with Dave tomorrow.
Dave.
So that's the co-casting schedule.
Oh, and Saracens.
Ooh. C'est intéressant.
Oh, that could be another Le Grand Fosse civ. I've seen them use there a couple times. Although Sitaux beat them with the Chinese.
Yep.
But Chinese have been banned, as have Japanese. So Vivi banning Japanese for Low Tide and Chinese just because they're in... Well, I guess Chinese would only be used on Le Grand Fosse.
Yeah.
Oh, Huns are
but you start
Huns.
with sheep like right under your TC, so they're really good there.
Yeah. Oh, and Celts. Okay. I like some Huns and Celts.
Oh, yeah.
Celts could be good on probably the Koala, Le Grand Fosse, and Fractal maps.
Certainly.
So, did you know that the Le Grand Fosse is apparently based on a comic called Asterisk? Where there are like...
Asterisk and Obelix. Yes.
Yep.
It's very popular in Europe.
I'd never heard of it.
I'd heard of it just because I took 4 years of French in high school.
Okay. I did not learn that in German classes.
Credan with the 14 months. Thank you so much, Credan. Welcome back to the Wolfpack Persians.
Ooh, it's the Elephant Pack with the Persians. Why does he use Persians? Does he douche on Fractal with the Persians?
Now that'd be something.
Oh! I got it. You take the you anticipate them building the lumber camp to chop for the dock on Fractal, and you douche the lumber camp. And then they don't chop out. And then they're trapped because they don't have wood to build another lumber camp.
Yeah.
Okay, Byzantines and Goths for Vivi. So I guess Goths are another backup low tide civ, and Byzantines just a general well-rounded civ. Doesn't really have a civ for Brahmaputra unless he wants to use Malians there.
I think Malians could work for Brahmaputra. And then for low tide, you go Goths. Khmer, interesting.
I guess Persians are for Brahmaputra, but interestingly, no Mongols.
No Mongols at all. And oh my god, Folder with the 10 bomb. Have you had too much to drink already? But thank you so much, Folder. And welcome to the Wolf Pack. Zakolache, Zanzibar Z, Sunadao, Combat Wombat, Fourth Raven, Lars, Baichi, Ulfar, Potteresque, and Twohong. Welcome to the Wolf Pack. Enjoy the beauty, glory, and majesty of Ornlu and Wolf and friends.
And, so Hardy says this is not the Random Map Scripting Cup, but the Rate My Stables Cup.
Ah.
So, I guess Franks, Burgundians, Lithuanians, Huns, Saracens, Hindustanis, Gujars. Which stable do you like the most?
I think I gotta go with the good old Persian stable for its flexibility.
That's a good one. You do have a team bonus from that stable.
Yeah, you do. And then September 1818 with the 9 months. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying the tournament.
It's been more than 9 months since September 1818.
It's just been a little bit more than 9 months. I'm still a bit hungover from yesterday's birthday AoE 2 land. Okay, I knew it was the booze.
Ooh. Well, Mem just had his birthday 2 days ago. He's probably still feeling the effects of that.
Oh, yeah. Koreans have the worst win rate that isn't 0 for RMS. 2 and 7, big yikes.
How have they been picked 7 times?
Yeah, that's kind of surprising.
And no Magyars? Well, remember, there's no Spiral, no Quebrada de Cafayat, no Mount Kailash, and no Border Wars. And that's where we had mostly been seeing those scout civs so far. Low Tide, Fractal, La Grande Fosse, they're kind of more aggressive maps. Brahmaputra, we can see scouts, but that's more of a... I feel like that's more of a fast castle map. Since you end up so far
yeah,
apart.
I feel like the fast castle stuff tends to work out pretty well. Low Tide, yeah, Low Tide's definitely a scout map.
Yeah, Low Tide's a scout map, but it's not like an only scouts map. There's other things going on.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff you can do on Low Tide. Just ask Vinch. Barracks behind the enemy base.
Low Tide is Low Tide could be the Persian douche because you know exactly where the TC is right from the start.
Yeah.
And what do you think about this? Burgundians were not sniped. Instead, Gujars were sniped.
I think Sitaux probably just thinks Gujars are more OP than Burgundians.
I would agree with him there.
Yeah, they are pretty darn good.
I think
But
the way
I still
these
think
maps
Hindustanis are better.
I think the way that these maps work out, the Burgundians are kind of only useful on Koala. And Sitaux could plan around that. And if he wants to use Lithuanians on Koala for the 3 relics, then Burgundians might actually be a good matchup for him.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, these aren't really Burgundian-y maps except for Koala, which is going to be our first map, by the way, guys.
There's also a Byzantines map I've seen, but I think Byzantines are more if you're fighting an American civ on that map.
Yeah.
But Byzantines are Byzantines.
Koala's good for sure.
I like the deer laming.
Yeah, it's funny. And as this set has not started yet, I am already glad that we are splitting Sunday into 2 days.
I want to get it all done in one day. Okay, the dashboard just said that Vivi was queuing.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't think he's that silly. I mean, he's a silly goose, but you know. Yeah, no. Isn't giving up Gujars and Burgundians kind of weird? Well, he wants Lithuanians and Mayans, and Lithuanians are insane on Brahmaputra, and Mayans are Mayans. So they're good.
Now, from what I saw on Brahmaputra, there's so much hunt on it that it feels like Mongols are insane on it.
We do see a lot of Mongols on that map, for sure. Yeah, today's games are live, tomorrow's games are Rex.
One of them's live tomorrow.
Oh, is it?
That's what the schedule said. I think Jordan Doubt was going to be live tomorrow.
Oh, okay. And then ACCM Dark is Rex?
Yeah, ACCM Dark are the only Rex.
Okay.
Silly tournament admin.
I'm not even a tournament admin on the Discord server. I don't even have that role, man.
You don't have a role. Your role is they put your name on the hosted by.
Yep, that's my role. Maybe I can even get the nice graphics that Nova spent all that time making for next week instead of just using my my regular one. But you know, I've been a little bit busy.
I have making graphics on the to-do list. I want to do some more graphic stuff, but it is on the to-do list.
Yeah, it's hard. My role is to be the parasite of the tourney.
Oh, thank you, Atlas 1988, for the follow. That's a very appropriate name for the RMS Cup.
Yeah.
Imagine if we had to judge 1,988 maps. That would be quite the atlas of submissions.
Oh yeah, that would take weeks. I mean, it took me 3 days to do 99 maps. You did them all in one day, right?
I did them all in one day. I just powered through it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm used to judging maps, though. Yeah, that's my from my good old days of grading computer science submissions. I'm used to just powering through.
Yeah.
Grading.
No, I did 33 maps a day for 3 days.
Just hire MBL to play each map once on ranked, then it would take about 4 hours. I think you'd probably need more than that to play 99 maps.
Yeah.
Considering his arena games go for about like 4 hours by themselves. Hello, Bergkamp Uspali Golt. Hello. Arena excluded. So you gotta get the Monk will lose in.
Really. Alright, they are in the lobby. They are set to Koala.
I miss the excitement of chatting with everyone in the Voobly lobbies before the tournament games.
I know, me too, man.
One day we'll make an RTS that'll be like all the features from Voobly and also a modern game. And it'll be like a legit game and not some like free-to-play microtransaction thing. One day.
One can dream. But we should be getting into this in just a minute, guys. Yeah, no cross-team chat in the waiting room. How does one progress? You get to the next age by waiting, but if you spend $2 on a power boost, you can get to the feudal age that much faster.
It's like Age of Empires Castle Siege. My prediction for this set was 3-1 Sitaux. And Ornlu picked 3-2. We'll see who's right. I've been getting the sets right. I cast it all day on Friday, and the only one I was off by was I had Hera winning 3-2 over Jordan.
Yeah, me too.
3-1.
I actually, no, I said Viper 3-1 Sitaux, and Hera 3-2 Jordan.
Vivi has been really strong. I feel like Sitaux is a well-prepared player, though, and he's going to be...
Yes.
He will have scouted how Vivi likes his scouts.
Yeah, definitely. Pay 59 diamonds for instant castle construction.
Yeah, it's like all those great cheat codes that you just you type in and you get your free resources. Yep. Those are going to be microtransactions.
Oh yeah, of course. Gone are the days of the game genie. For the
no
the
more
NES.
genie engine. Oh yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
The
get all the OG cheat codes. 500 diamonds for a Cobra car. Yep, Game Shark and Action Replay.
Yeah, Action Replay, I remember that.
Yeah. I remember using it to get 999 rare candies in Pokemon. Gotta get that Mew. I actually have a legit Mew on one of my Game Boy cartridges. I got from an event.
Well, it looks like the game is starting, and you're not gonna guess these civs.
It's Britons versus Celts.
You didn't guess that, you saw it.
That's true. You are correct. Oh, and Folder even being a good mod here. AV2DE mod, would I cast a funded tourney of it? Yeah, of course. Yeah, missing no.
Alright, so we'll have Sitaux as the Britons in the red, and Vivi playing as the Celts in the blue. The classic William Wallace tutorial matchup.
Even in the right colors.
Exactly, the right colors too. So, who do you think's gonna win? Will Fat Dragon build a watchtower on the hill, or will Sitaux teach him a lesson with his men-at-arms?
We shall see. But this is Koala. Koala is home to lots of laming. But we do have Sitaux just scooping up those sheepers, aka pigs, right away.
He's coming forward, but I don't think he'll get there in time. And Vivi just needs to bring them directly to the TC and not veer off and scout with them. And it looks like that's what he's doing. But yeah, it was a boar.
That is possible. Vivi just starting to lure in one of his ibex.
Sitaux is gonna go for it.
Scout Cavalry is going to be absconding.
Vivi sees it. I know Viper and Jordan had been luring in one of their boars super early on this map to prevent this situation. But Vivi, he's playing very greedy, luring the ibex and not gonna contest that.
Yeah. And as my ranked game yesterday can attest to, getting one of your boars lamed early on against an aggressive civ, not so fun.
Well, Sitaux did mess up just a bit. He did take 2 hits from the boar instead of 1, and he's down to 25 HP. But other than that, looks like this will be a clean lame as long as he gets the kill.
Yep.
Oh. Did you see that? He used the Vil to block the boar so the scout could run away and stop the aggro. That was nice. I've not seen that, but that's a great trick.
Sitaux has some cute moves.
Yay.
But
we have a
tactical pause. Sack. Wow, first he lames and then he pauses. Eight wine
You know,
bottles and 20 bottles.
the other day I was doing some team games in the ranked queue, and I happened to randomly get teamed with Vivi.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
We played an arena 4v4. He boomed,
Yes.
and I didn't die.
Wow. I guess Vivi's a better version of me. Anyway, I mean, Sitaux is kind of having his cake and eating it too. Getting to lure in his Ibex for free. He's not going to have that other boar contested. And yeah, just going over to the mill right now is both players. And sure, all of the Ibex have been lured, but this is kind of an awkward position for Vivi. Especially if you wanted to do something super early and aggressive, like a pre-mill drush or something like that, which we can certainly see with Celts. Even going Men-at-Arms might be a bit tricky as well.
Well, he has the mill. I imagine he's just going to go Men-at-Arms from this point. The thing is, Sitaux's going to push in all of his Ibexes too, so he'll have those 8 pigs as Britons, then 3 boars, and 3 Ibexes. And he has 2 of them in already, and he's just pushing the 3rd.
Mandatum.
Yep.
But it walks back a bit. Now the scout could interfere with this, and Sitaux has to be careful because of the lower HP. But all in all, he has a very nice advantage so far.
Even if he only gets, 2 of his Ibex, it's not really the end of the world.
Yeah, and it's loom time for Sitaux, so it looks like he's going to be clicking up very soon, and with the barracks...
He does that. Oh, yep. There
Here we are.
Yeah, just 4 seconds idle TC time for 19 pop-up isn't too bad.
Yep. And he'll probably be going straight for those archers. He doesn't have the gold yet for any men-at-arms and doesn't have the barracks for it either.
I mean, we have seen people go men-at-arms in this position. Your barracks is just sort of by necessity a little bit later. And he is just sending the 2 vills over to gold right now.
Yay.
He only has 6 on wood, so I don't think he's going to be
there's
able...
the militia.
Yep. Yeah.
Mandatum.
He is long-distance mining with one and building the mining camp with the other.
Yeah, no, this is the sort of thing we see from Sitaux a lot. 19 pop men-at-arms. This guy loves his fast feudal ages, man.
Well, Vivi will be mostly walled at this point. He does need to go from the right down towards his TC. The faster uptime will help make up for the lost HP on the scout as he's up a minute faster, and we'll have some time to be fighting against Vivi's scout, but we'll get a hit so far. Now, the more hits Vivi gets now, the better. He just needs to not run into the militia with his scout, and he gets a couple hits in there, but nothing too much. He still has more HP.
Oh, Sitaux turning a second too soon, but now he's in the feudal age. Militia are going to be coming in right now from Vivi. Remember, Celts, you need to wait till feudal age to get that speed boost now. And that's actually militia number 4 coming in as the men-at-arm upgrade is almost done here for Sitaux. That guy is a little bit out of position, trying to meet up with his friends, but will be picked off for free pretty much by Sitaux. And, gotta be careful, but now the Britons are teaching the Celts a lesson with their men-at-arms. What is this nonsense?
This is backwards, but they did get a lot of HP down off of that scout again. And if that men-at-arms upgrade does come in cleanly for Vivi, he's probably in the slightly better spot just because he has the HP on the scout. Problem is the archer is going to come out just about as that men-at-arms upgrade's coming in.
And yeah, the issue is that he's down a boar. He wasn't able to get the double bit axe upgrade, so pretty much no eco bonus advantage anymore. But the men-at-arms are still here. And
he's forcing off of the berries.
Celts can chase down those archers.
That they can.
And Sitaux's coming back home.
Scout.
Sitaux's micro here is completely on point. He still barely needs to start farming, whereas Vivi can have 7 farms in just a minute.
Oh, but he gets the scout right there, and that is huge.
Yeah, that's definitely pretty good. And right now, you can see Vivi just trying to buy time. He's just running around with his infantry, forcing his opponent to, not be in his base. And Vivi, he's been investing all of this wood into farms, no archery range, and he's making a market right now.
He wants to go up then.
I feel like there is going to be some Huang-style aggression.
Oh, there definitely could be. If the Britons can click up and get their extra range crossbows, they will be in a good position to defend that, but they need to get there and they need a good mass of crossbows to do it.
And I fear for Vivi that he's just going to have a really tough time even getting to the castle age, selling 100 stone, because he's having to invest into a few stone walls. And there's the stable.
And he's going to be pushed off of the berries, too.
Yeah, this feels like it's going to be pretty rough. A couple units at home here for Sitaux. Won't see the men-at-arms coming in when he sees the scout, but you do see Vivi looping all the way around there to the north.
He's going to get the scout, and without the scout, he should get some quick walls up. Or not, as the men-at-arms get in.
That's definitely something, but those men-at-arms are mostly attacking uphill, and there hasn't been a single villager lost so far here for Sitaux.
No, there hasn't. And,
the block
nice
with
block.
the Vill! Oh my goodness, Sitaux's micro is totally on point today.
He does a great job using those Vills. He keeps all of them alive. Now, Vivi does have a 1 Vill lead, or half a Vill lead due to TC idle time. But that stable is a bit awkward because he's not going to be able to make archers to defend this. The variant Huang had been doing to his Huang rush recently is going for 1 range and a few range units just to skirmish in the feudal age for a bit while walling and clicking up.
It is very much the meta these days. It's you just don't see players go often without some sort of archery range play in feudal age.
Right.
Oh my goodness, more stone walls having to build here for Vivi, and that's because these men-at-arms are alive. And as that same aforementioned ranked game yesterday that I can attest to, 3 men-at-arms that are left alive, when you're trying to go for a fast castle, it's really hard because houses are made of paper mache.
They are, and even feudal age stone walls are made of paper mache these days with only 900 HP.
Yeah, man. And all the stone has been used up.
He's chopping the tree that he could use as part of his wall. Not too sure that's the best thing for him to do. He does need to wall that.
I don't think the units are going to want to dive so close to the town center, even without fletching. Oh, those villagers chopping the tree. I thought they would be... Oh, maybe some are going to be going forward. But look at this from Sitaux. He has his skirmisher patrolling on the right side of the koala nose. He's got a villager harassing the woodline from the back. And he's on his way up to
Skirmisher
Castle
is
Age.
walking very far back.
And the stable is at home. Vivi now in Castle Age. You can drop that siege workshop.
On the Vills are just going to sneak right on by. The Skirm isn't going to see them.
Oh.
Unless Sitaux brings it back and realizes. And he does.
Oh, and this is just delaying the siege workshop. I feel like you can't just have that kind of delay.
Yeah, we'll see if Sitaux is able to get 1 archer over there. He's sending 1. The Skirm by itself can't kill the Vills, but if those 2 archers get there before the Knight does, the Knight needs to get there, but it's already lost some HP to the men-at-arms.
Yeah, and these 3 men-at-arms are still providing some nice value as they're able to harass the Knight. Only around 42 seconds to Castle Age here for our red player.
And now we're going to need at least a second Knight to get the workshop up.
I don't see this happening for Vivi whatsoever.
Yeah, I think Sitau's done a great job of defending this.
And I feel like these days, Celts are just... It's so obvious what they're going to go for. Because people are really liking the Hoang style thing.
And the thing about this map is it's so easy to get at least one layer of wall in front of your TC, and not just palisade wall, but actual houses, that even if the workshop does go up, it takes a bit of time to get that pressure on the TC, and you don't have it right from the start.
Exactly. And we were even about to have Sitaux chop through to the back of his base, so the pressure wouldn't completely pin him in his koala ear.
Yep.
Scorpion coming in. And
Also,
with
that
Vodka on
forward
the way-
workshop meant that he didn't go for the monastery right away, so those 3 relics were not being picked up for a few minutes.
Yep.
Is it worth it to go for the monastery first? I mean, the way Vivi could have played this is he just fast castles. He needs like 2 or 3 knights to clean the army at the front, then go for the monastery. And then you can make... The rush distance is so close, I feel like Celts can even get away with a workshop at home and then pressure. And you could build a second workshop for it later.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Now we have archers coming around the left side, maybe here for Sitaux. He's ahead by 3 vills.
Greeting.
And Sitaux actually has a knight of his own, just to help snipe siege weapons.
Mandatum.
But
Well,
the
the
nice thing with
problem-
Britons is that their army's cheap and it's fast to produce.
Yay.
Oh, what's also nice is they have the extra range over the siege, so they don't really have to engage in these castle age fights.
Oh, and the knights are dive bombing the scorpions. It's only 4 knight hits to kill a scorpion. And again, you really couldn't ask for much more than that as Sitaux. He did lose his monk, but he kept pretty much everything else alive. Okay, well that's kind of awkward. What? The units take like no damage.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah,
Ready.
things looking really good right now for our red player. 3 relics are in right now for Vivi, so that's going to help his gold income for sure.
And so far, he is
And-
denying Sitaux from taking the relics.
And the thing that Sitaux did is he only has the 1 archery range. The second one's on the way right now, but his archer numbers aren't as strong as they perhaps could be.
Yay. Press.
Well, the monk wants to grab a relic, but you know what happens to monks when mangonels are nearby.
They convert them.
Oh, not
Not with
Britain
Britons.
monks.
Or Celt monks. I wish there was a villager forge here to help repair the mangonel, especially against Britons, because Britons can just poke away with their archers so easily.
Indeed.
You can just sort of whittle down the health of a mangonel.
Well, here it comes. Here comes 3 of them.
Yep. Scorpion here as well, but Sitaux, very nice control, isn't letting a single hit come in. Oh, Vils need to get that repairing in.
Ooh, almost
Oh, and
hit
even
there.
able to abscond with a relic in the time. Oh, but those infantry units are all kind of getting caught out of position. That monk gets rocked, and there
Oh, but
are
got
a
the
couple of
conversion.
monks here. Yeah, Vivi gonna come in with those conversions, and that's the thing with the Hoang strategy is you always have to be careful for it because it'll just rush in, and if you're not trading super well, they'll just kill you with all their stuff.
Oh, but
And
you know
there's
he
the
has
forward
used 2
siege
monks that can take the relics.
He does. But I think that doing so would perhaps leave the monks exposed, or you could just leave the monks forward, and that'd be exposed that way as well. But now we're going to have forging in, and it's still kind of rough for Vivi, but it's not as bad as it perhaps could be right now. Notably, though, gold, just 2 tiles in the back for Sitaux.
Yeah, but he is fully walled, and that will be safe, and he will have 2 more tiles just to the left of that palisade wall he's scouted, so he knows where he can go for more gold now that he's chopped out the back.
Yep, Husbandry now going to be coming in here for Vivi. He's got +1/+1 on these knights. Now, as you were saying, the house walls are going to be a bit sturdier than your basic palisade wall.
I would kind of like to see Sitaux go for some type of stone wall, though, maybe behind his, like from the top of his wood to the TC, just because he knows his base is being attacked from that side.
And look at this, Vivi is taking the opportunity, using his aggressive position to add in a TC behind it. And this is what Vivi is typically super good at doing, is going for that aggression and then able to get economy going behind it while his opponent is investing everything he has into defense.
Yeah, well, that is a good number of written crossbows now, up to 30. And if Sitaux keeps that number climbing, it's going to be harder to use those mangonels because of that extra range. They are good at sniping off these mangonels. And once you get to that number, you can start getting them in fewer shots.
Yeah, I mean, the monastery is going to go down, but that's not really the end of the world. We have a defensive mangonel out here for red as well. But now chain barding armor on the way. That's going to be an absolutely critical upgrade for those knights.
It is, and Vivi now has relic number 4 with a monk in position to take relic 5 if he wants to.
Yep, a little bit of a mango dance going on right here. I mean, that's 4 Celt Mangonels. Vivi's not going to want to commit right now. Does lose a knight for free, not super ideal. Neither player getting the lucky Mangonel hit just yet.
Yeah, that Repairville doing a good job for Sitaux.
Yep,
Get
and
that
that's
Mangonel
exactly...
in the trade.
That's how he gets the 1-for-0 trade with the Mangonel. Relic number 5 going to be coming in. Oh man, I thought things would just be looking really grim for Vivi, but he took that nice fight over there on the side earlier, and I like how he's just destroying all of this infrastructure at the front of Sitau's base. He's lost a blacksmith, he's lost a monastery, he's lost a market, lost a bunch of houses, and that's just not going to be the easiest thing in the world to replace, as that's a lot of wood.
You know, the thing about the Huang Rush is it never stops. You can deny the workshop, there'll just be another one. You can kill Mangonels, but there'll be more Mangonels. And you gotta keep pumping your army against it. We have a ton of crossbows here, up to 37. But still doesn't really want to take that fight.
And, you know, all the while, Vivi now has a slight lead economically, as he's got those 5 relics, he's on 2 TCs, and he's going to be dropping a forward castle.
And he has his eco upgrades.
Yeah?
Yeah, don't forget, all these farms that Sitaux has added are not even horse collar farms.
Oh man, and now a castle is on the way. We have a second stable now and some scout cavalry. There are 5 monks, and oh, Sitaux does not want to let this go up. There are only 3 villagers here right now.
More on the way.
Oh, this is going to be so tough. It's 3 mangonels to microgrunts. I know you're Britons, but that's still a tricky prospect no matter what.
Yeah, this is where the mangonels can force the crossbows to come forward, where they can actually be hit and negate the extra range because they need to go forward to fight the castle.
Oh, but
Knight
Sitau's micro is so good with these crossbowmen. He has yet to take a big mangonel hit. But the thing is, he just simply cannot stop the unrelenting pressure of Vivi, and this castle is going to go up.
Even garrisoned crossbows in the TC to dodge the mangonel shot. Ooh, gets a good trade there.
Yeah.
But castle, I think it needs fletching to be able to hit the TC.
Yeah, that's awkward.
Else can just eat it with their mangonels anyway, though. But we do have this 7-ville lead for Vivi. Sitaux does still have the score lead, and he's going to add TCs to the back and try to boom it out. Now, those back TCs will be a bit safer because they're on the tops of hills, and it will give him another gold. But he's losing his main base here. And you have to be careful on Koala. If you lose that center of your base, you're going to lose all of this wood. There is some more wood on the outsides, but you need to build more lumber camps if you want to access it.
Yeah, and you are going to be playing spread at that point, but Sitaux, with his fantastic micro, has a huge army. He's got 46 military to 14. Yes, I mean, the army value is only double. So we have relic number 6 on the way for Vivi. That's going to help further his economic advantages. He's about ready to place castle number 2. But that is a very big and scary crossbowman mass.
It is, and honestly, castle number 2 probably needs to be defensive and immediate to stop those crossbows, but I don't think he's scouted them.
Nope.
Even with the outpost, he didn't notice them.
He did get Town Watch. And now he will see the huge, massive crossbowmen that are running right to his base, and there he'll get an audio notification as well. And the one thing that Sitaux is going to really want but doesn't have is ballistics. As was just never able to get that upgrade. Had to replace all of those buildings. It's a lot of wood. You don't want to stray too close to that Celt Siege workshop.
Hey, that you don't. But with his splits, maybe he just wants to bait it, have a mangonel pop out, and then try to dodge and kill it. He's at the point where he's on the back foot and might need a few risks to try to even this out.
Oh, a few crossbowmen coming around the back, going to be shooting Vivi's villagers over the woodline. A stone wall will prevent the crossbowmen from actually running in, but he is going to be losing villagers at this point.
Yay.
And
he has enough,
yes,
still has a 12-vil lead.
Yes, he does have a 12-vil lead, but it's going to be difficult to push up that hill. There's another mangonel on the way. Oh, and it's just now going to be going for a watchtower at home, but you really need those to be guard towers if you want to mount a successful defense. Vivi does clean up everything over here in the back area of his base. And that huge, massive crossbowman, it does have 13 kills, but...
Gets the mangonel for free. Great.
Oh,
Vivi was
that's
paying attention the moment it popped out, got the dodge, and counter-fired and killed it.
Mandatum.
Yeah, and now there is likely not going to be enough time for another mangonel to pop out. 5 HP!
Oh, it does
He
in the
gets
back.
it.
Well, Sitaux now has a watchtower on the hill protecting the only access to his town.
No, this isn't how it should be. It should be reverse. Oh, and Sitaux gets a 1-for-0 mangonel trade. And yeah, I mean, both players with some really incredible moves here in game number 1. As a castle comes up on the side with like a bajillion villagers.
Oh, but Sitaux notices that he's gonna fight with his vills, and he immediately has 2 watchtowers, and I think he stops this.
I mean, I know the watchtower play, quote-unquote, never works, but... I mean, there isn't
It never
anything
works
here...
because you need 2 of them.
Well, you need 2 of them, and there need to not be, like, 20 villagers, because 20 villagers, they're getting that castle up. There's not a whole lot you can do to stop that.
And he does have Bodkin. Now he just needs to fight with the remaining vills.
The castle's gonna go up, though, and that is worth a few villager kills for Vivi. Like, he'll be fine with that. And now, gonna be going up to 4 TCs as we have 2 extra TCs coming up in the middle. And that military count is dwindling rapidly as so many of those crossbowmen have fallen now for our red player.
Yeah, and that castle is in such a great position. It is on 2 of Sitaux's gold. This koala has so many gold mines surrounding it that Sitaux does still have 2 more golds and even more beyond that to the north. But he has to run all of those villagers away from that TC and renders that TC useless.
Yep, and he's going to lose several in the meantime. Some pajama warriors are coming out. And with that buff in Castle Age, they have 10 base attacks. So with Forging in, they 4-shot villagers. So that's pretty nice.
And Sitaux wants more TCs, but nope, he's going to call the GG as the Knights are in. And Vivi takes a game, manages to have a successful Huang push.
But it's like Huang done better, right? Because he had that eco behind it, and that was really the critical difference maker.
It's like Huang plus eco.
It's Huang plus eco. What's going to stop that, man? And yeah, just able to minimize his idle TC time in the mid-game.
And it felt like Sitaux even had a decent opening, stopping that first siege workshop and having that good feudal army to defend. But just, this is such a hard play to stop when that forward castle came up. And that was a very fast forward castle when Vivi actually did have eco behind it too.
Yeah, man. Wow, what a game number 1.
Yeah, indeed. Let's look at some stats there. And, well, 110 to 57 KD.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
Yeah, once several Celt mangonels come out, then it's still, even for Britons, is difficult to fight that.
Yeah.
And, 1740 Castle Age, not the fastest, but still pretty good.
Yeah, indeed. That is going to be the Britons losing to the Celts. No, it's more of an adaptation of the way that Hoang plays. You actually see Mr. Yo do something similar quite often as well. Anyway, we're likely going to either Le Grand Fossé or Fractal.
Vivi was
So we'll have to
making
see
knights
what's
though
up.
crossbows are cheaper.
Mhm.
Well, it's more about the like he was making knights because they are able to apply pressure in that type of rush. Crossbows don't have that same power. Like even though they're
Yeah.
cheaper and like the KD doesn't tell the resource story, the quality of the units from Vivi was what matters in that push.
Exactly. Knights scale way better than crossbowmen in lower numbers, and that's
Yeah.
really what you want.
Yeah, it's like even though the crossbows are cheaper, you the knights still in low numbers are better than the crossbows. Like, because we saw even though they're so cheap, even though they were Britons, Sitaux never really got to that number he needed.
And you could say that he added that second archer range a little on the late side, only when he was like, almost up to castle age.
So yeah. The Boost asks if Fractal is my new favorite map. If Fractal had been flipped so it was just water on the inside of the Fractal, then maybe.
Then it's Baltic Fractal. Anyway, I'm gonna go get some coffee. I'll be right back.
Oh, coffee. Anyway, next we'll have the home maps coming out, and remember, you don't have to pick your home maps. You can pick any of the maps as which map you want to play. So Sitaux is free to pick either of Vivi's maps as well as his own too. And I do have that spreadsheet of the stats around here. There we are. And we'll look at Sitaux.
All right, I'm back.
Alright, did you know that Fractal is Sitaux's most picked map, picking it 7 times?
Did not know that.
Oh, you gotta read the spreadsheet then.
Yeah.
Well, that probably means we're gonna see Fractal for game 2.
Well, they are.
And it looks like that's what they have chosen in the lobby.
Also, thanks for the 13-month Slappy Sinclair. What civs are we gonna see? I'm actually not too sure what Sitaux wants. Maybe Saracen's pick could work here.
Maybe Khmer here.
Khmer could work as well, for sure. I think it's going to be Byzantines for Vivi. But he didn't go Burgundians
too.
on. Like, where's he going Burgundians then? I guess Grand Fossé.
Yeah, he did go Spanish Fast Castle Conks on Le Grand Fossé earlier, so maybe he wants to go Burgundian Fast Castle Costier there. But he could also do Costier on Fractal.
You do have that space in the back of your base to boom up.
Yeah, and you do have Feudal Age Gillnets if you want to go for the fish boom.
Yes, you do. It's pretty good.
You could also go Goths here.
And then go Malians on low tide? Sure. And this is already so interesting. Game number 1 was pretty darn close. And Vivi, like, just able to make that push happen. But let's see what Sitaux can make happen on this absolutely wild map as a random person joins the lobby. Get out of there.
Good old people. It's like those random people who somehow ended up in our clan.
Yeah.
The worst part was the game crashed when I tried to remove them and I couldn't remove them.
Feels bad, man. Why do people always have to keep joining tournament lobbies?
Looks like it's starting.
Alright. Ooh.
Lithuanians, Byzantines, okay.
I thought he'd be saving Lithuanians for Brahmaputra.
I think that's where he was going to use Persians.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we could see Malians on Brahmaputra or Vivi, and then Gauts on low tide. But anyway, we will have Sitaux in the red to the northwest, and Vivi again in the blue to the southeast. So same positions as last map, basically.
Yep, pretty much. But we're on Fractal. Lithuanians can go for some crazy fast shenaniganry. 2 villagers going right away to chop out. It is one of the reasons they are strong in this map. You have to chop through 3 layers of trees, but it's something that you can totally do. And with Lithuanians, you start with so much extra food that you can just do that without too much issue.
Yeah. Honestly, part of me wonders why he's sending only 2 vills and not maybe like 3 or 4 with all the extra food.
I think you need the rest of those vills to gather food, and also taking the elephant right away. I think this is a very nice opening build for Sitaux on this map. I mean, you don't want to just let that elephant possibly get taken by your opponent.
Yep, and well, that's what Sitaux wants to do. He has seen Vivi's deer taking though, and will doink and run a few times.
It's like, sir, did you know that you were arrested for 3 counts of doinking and running right there?
Oh, here comes some forward vills. Oh, what? There's 2 zebras left and then 1 far to the back. I don't know how much the scout can stop him from taking them. When it's that close to the TC, he needs to be careful about that fight there.
Yeah.
Both equal on HP for the moment. As vills need to watch for the TC too. Loom coming in for Sitaux now. Takes 1 extra hit from the scout. He's now been out-doinked.
Yeah, well, gonna get 1 zebra right there, but it's not really the end of the world, especially with all of the idle time. I guess he's gonna get another one.
And Vivi is not actually going for the chop in the little chop spot. Instead, he's just building a more normal lumber camp near the TC. I have seen both approaches on this map, but I think with Lithuanians going for that chop is definitely the right approach. Byzantines, I'm not so sure, though.
I mean, Byzantines are going to be comfortable going for a water fight with their better fire galleys, but Byzantines are also fine just chilling, hanging back, chopping through to the back area.
Yeah. You know, that's true, but the water fights should never happen because they should always be a dock block.
And yet, we still see
Right?
plenty of water fights on this map. Oh, gonna be walling in those forage bushes, so that's gonna be something. Nice little bit of a takeaway.
Well, Sitaux, we know he is a Black Forest player, so he is probably
Yes, he
well
is.
versed in this type of laming.
Oh, yeah. Le Marino. 2 bills going out to take the zebra, and we can see that there's only 40 wood separating Sitaux from the outside fishy fish area.
Yep, these do only have 50 wood each on them, so quite easy to chop through. Vivi wants to fight that, but he doesn't even have Loom yet. Sitaux can kind of harass with his vills until Loom comes in, especially
No
since
Loom,
that
no
scout,
fear.
Yeah, especially since that scout lost some of its HP earlier. Loom is about to come in, and this is where the scout HP matters because you kind of want to block the vill from running away while your vills fight it.
Yep. Well, Loom does come in. And Vivi's actually going to take the time and effort to go for punching down those palisade walls that are right near his forage bushes.
That's
Oh,
a lot
and
of
here's
build
the
time to
scout
do
block.
that.
Oh! But if at first you don't succeed, try again, as more vills are coming forward.
And that Ville's gonna get back. But at first he did succeed though. The berries are very walled in. These two, I don't think the scout can block her. They'll get back. But those berries now. Oh, nice bit of walling there from Vivi.
Yeah.
That tree gonna to be useful. Oh, but he doesn't get it. He goes for the gate.
Age of Gates. Oh, but he deletes the gate.
And you know the
Peak
thing
Age
about
of
this is,
Empires right here.
yeah, the longer they stay in the Dark Age, the better this is going to be for Sitaux, because he's going to have the fishing ships, and Vivi had not been prioritizing getting to the water. So if Sitaux can get out 1 or 2 fishing ships and keep the Vil fighting up, he's going to be in a great spot.
Exactly, and also Sitaux can take his forage bushes whenever he feels like it. It's actually about to be out of water buffalo, but it's going to have those fishing ships coming in. Two farms already at the mill, interestingly. Not building them near the town center. Yeah, this is a sad mill.
He had milled the remaining deer that had been lamed earlier.
Yeah. Well, another one does come in. Sitaux gonna have a little bit of idle time because he wants that feudal age. I think he should have honestly just trained one more villager.
I think he's got this. He has 21 seconds of idle time, which, considering how he went so greedy for the wood and the forward lame, that's pretty good for him. He's, I think he's clearly practiced that lame before.
Oh, yes. Well, now more walls coming in here for the fat dragon. And just has that nice villager lead thanks to these 3 fishing ships. A Vil coming forward, it seems, to go for the dock block.
Actually, I'd seen Sitaux the other day. He did this against Viper and it didn't work out. But he wants that Vil to get not just for the dock block, but all the way to the other side to get behind the wood line.
Yeah.
And it's a long walk, but if you can do that, and if you can get a sneaky tower up outside of the line of sight, you can stop people from chopping out.
Yeah, that can be really good. But Vivi is just completely unconcerned about the water on this map.
Well, he
Back
does
in
need to
lumber
get to
camp.
the outside eventually. The concern that he needs is that those 2 back resources can be pressured from behind if he's also losing on the front.
Yeah. But this villager clearly likes long walks on the beach.
That
Going
is
all
what
the
she's
way
doing.
around.
The
Yeah,
longest
that's exactly
walk
what
on the
she's
beach
doing.
possible.
Oh, and now the tower is incoming here for Sitaux. Vivi not especially close to the feudal age, another 50 seconds. And Sitaux has 4 villagers on stone already, so he is not going to be easing up on the pressure anytime soon. Even targeting the low HP Vil right there.
Oh, that Vil, she's paused her walk to get some fish, and as she fishes, she's gonna start walking back.
Oh no!
Oh, nope, he notices.
Okay, there we go. Well, here's tower number 2 coming in, but Vivi can go with his own tower, and as Byzantines, that tower will have more HP.
It doesn't range the other tower, though, and even with fletching, I don't think it will.
It's pretty close. It might be 1 tile too far, though.
Oh, wait,
Look at
it ranges the nearby
forward
tower
dock
that he's
block.
building. I didn't see the tower going up. It was hidden behind the palisades, but it does range that tower.
Yes. But double bit axe coming in now for Vivi. Sitaux has not gotten that upgrade just yet.
The coastline is a fractal. She'll actually never arrive.
Feels bad, man.
Oh, wait, she is walking back again after building that dock.
You know, she's accomplished her goal. It's a little bit of a scuffle here at the front of Vivi's base, but Sitaux is kind of everywhere on the map. He's got a forward, he's got the back fish, he's got 5 fishing ships, and that 5 fishing ships basically equals a 5 villager lead at this point, and starting to pull ahead in res collected.
Yep, and the nice thing about the forward dock block is the back dock is in position where it can take more fish. If you go immediately for the close dock block, you only have 1, maybe 2 deep fish next to it. His dock is at the place where he can get all of the fish in the sea.
Yep, and based on the second lumber camp location of Sitaux, he can actually walk around the side and go to your back area just by walking along the shoreline and maybe add in another dock for some even more fishing ships. Also, Keanan, thank you so much for the 10 months as Vivi comes forward. Oh, the villagers have chopped through, and Vivi going to be going with a dock over here, and I think Sitaux might not recognize this as it is out of the line of sight.
That it is. Also, if you know your opponent doesn't have any fish, I feel like opening with the galley instead of the fire galley is the better play, just so you can deny the dock better.
I tend to agree, but I don't think Sitaux had any way of knowing that his opponent had no fish.
I think he did.
He could have been chopping.
Well, he had scouted
chopped
the
on the back.
woodlines since the start and knew that he didn't go for that forward lumber camp.
I guess, but I still think he might have been able to chop through on the side, but it's not the biggest of deal. Vivi's not even training anything right now.
Well, he is in the northern woodline for Sitaux, forcing up 2 defensive towers. That will slow down Sitaux at least. A 3rd defensive tower even.
And Sitaux has 200-ish stone left to mine at this back stone mine, and the others are going to be blocked by a tower. But the thing is, Sitaux is creeping towards the castle age. Not going to be there quite yet, but with the market, which is being created right now, could start to look like a reasonably soon-ish castle time. Those fishing ships are really helping out.
That they are. He's up to 7 now. And it's fire
coming
ship
up here
fight on the
from
right
Vivi.
now.
I'm just not too sure it's going to be getting a whole lot done. BD Lithuanian skirms are going to be quite nice to have.
Well, he does have Byzantine skirms, so he should have the more numbers at some point.
Oh, it's 7-7 right now. And yeah, already around 800 more resources collected here for Sitaux. He is on his way up to the castle age. I'm not too sure what he wants to actually do in the castle age, but you can do a lot of different things.
Yep, remember, as Lithuanians, there are normally 3 relics on the inside of the fractal and 2 on the outside. So if you want to get 4 of them, you have to be aggressive in the middle and also claim the one from your side.
Yes, you do. But wheelbarrow padded archer armor coming in, and the relics could not matter potentially. I think we could just see a siege workshop and a monastery come in for Sitaux. Just try to clear out all the stuff at the front of his base and just boom behind it.
The stuff.
That's what I would do, but you know.
Oh, Sitaux had tried to fish on the right, but Vivi will clean that up with fire ships.
Greedy boy. And that's going to be, 4 villager kills in total here, but just having trained more, it's not the end of the world for Sitaux. And okay, it is going to be for the double stable play. Not going to be the Ornlu approach, which is probably for the best.
He's going to look to be aggressive with those knights. The thing is, he just needs to get probably 1 relic early on, and then eventually work towards that +3, +4 in the castle age for knights, and that is very difficult to stop, even if you are Byzantines.
Yeah, we do have a market coming up in the back here for Vivi. He's not terribly far from Castle Age, but he did lose a villager right there. And Sitaux's just big chilling right now. Got +1 defense. He's going to have lots of knights on the way. And he can add in TCs whenever he wants, pretty much.
Yeah, Vivi's close to the Castle Age, but Sitaux can add in TCs or he can add in knights.
Kujira's OP on Fractal, you can use the dock block as a gate for your fish.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yep.
If Sitaux were the Gujuras, he would have saved those fish.
Yeah, man. Because Gujuras weren't strong enough already.
There's got to be a map where that works. But Sitaux had been building the siege workshop underneath a tower and abandons it for the moment.
Yep. Some knights are running around, and Vivi is going to be completely walling himself in. He's got several spearmen, several skirmishers. These archers of Sitaux are going to try and work away at... Oh, that was close. The palisades. And I think that we're going to see Vivi attempt to go for double stable camels, maybe even triple stable camels.
Byzantines can indeed do that, and it works much better when your opponent is going Knight Skirm than Knight Archer.
Another defensive
Mangonel.
watchtower is forced out. And honestly, Sitaux's not that far ahead in res collected, only around 700, which could be a lot worse, to be honest.
Yeah. Vivi almost up. He does have the next layer of walls in. And once he gets up, it has become Castle Age houses, so less breakable, and he has the tower behind that to defend.
I mean, it's pretty big. You get another 10% HP, and you get +2 melee armor.
And you're Byzantine, so those have extra HP.
Extra HP. Monastery now coming in right away. Pikeman upgrade and camels going full anti-cavalry right now is Vivi, but he's still down by 6 vills. The dock has been saved by a couple of galleys, and Vivi has yet to add in any fishing ships of his own.
Galleys behind the dock even for Sitaux and a demo inside to stop the fires and being able to push it, so he's safe at the moment.
Yep, and the camels are coming in. Mangonel control is pretty good for Sitaux. There are vills to repair it. Skirmishers are just attacking knights. It's not really the greatest in the world, and the Mangonel gets a big hit. That one Mangonel has 9 kills, and oh my goodness, that was a decisive fight for Sitaux.
Yeah, very good fight for him. And now with those knights remaining, he can add in that monk. There it is. Use the monk to heal them up and keep them in the fight.
Yeah, I mean, just a few archers and skirmishers are actually doing not insignificant damage to those camels, just because camels lack any native pierce armor.
And they don't have their armor upgrades.
Oh god, no, not again!
But it's understandable not to have the armor upgrade here when you're just getting up to the Castle Age. Now, Sitaux with 1 relic now, and has he scattered the other one? He should know there's a relic down to the south anyway.
Yep. It's just how this map works out. There are 2 in sort of the large area of the fractal. There's 1 in the smaller area of the fractal, and then there is, as you were saying, 1 on each corner.
Yep.
Oh, but this is... I mean, it's fundamentally camels versus knights, so it can still totally work right now if you're Vivi. Monks are here for both players. That's a lot of monks, though.
A lot of monks from both players, even.
Oh, there's only the 1 monk for Vivi. Okay, he's got a second one out, but that guy's going to go down. And once again, we're going to see a pretty darn decisive fight for Sitaux.
He does lose a lot of numbers, though. And even if he's winning these fights, if he doesn't have the numbers, he won't be able to push these towers in that TC. I do wonder if the guard tower upgrade could be useful for Vivi.
Honestly, you could probably justify guard tower with both players, considering that they have quite a few. But I feel like Sitaux didn't need to go aggressive like this in Castle Age. It's got rams coming in.
Oh, now that is aggressive. I
But
feel like
he's coming in with more camels.
I feel like the Rams are a big risk against Pike Camel.
Yeah, I mean, those units have low base attack, but they still deal melee damage, so they're going to be able to kill rams without too much issue.
Yeah, the -3 melee armor of the Ram really does matter because those pikemen with 4 attack all of a sudden do 7 damage to the Rams.
Exactly, and now Vivi looking to do a bit of pushing himself, going to be coming in with a forward siege workshop. Byzantines just having that huge discount for camels. It matters a lot in Castle Age. Their camels aren't as good in the Imperial Age, but in early game they can be quite useful. That monk has a bit of a death sentence, so Ripperino. But with the double monasteries for Sitaux, he has 5 monks and counting right now, and that is going to be a pretty huge advantage in this upcoming fight.
That it is as will the 1 relic he has for the extra attack on the knights. When you're knights versus pikemen, you want to have as much attack as you can so you kill them more quickly.
Yeah, and big scuffle going to be coming in. Are the conversions going to be enough? +1 defense for the pikemen coming in. And yes, the army value is a lot higher for Sitaux, but Byzantines don't care about army value, man.
Yeah, the Byzantines are Byzantines. I think both armies get cleaned up here.
Slight advantage for Sitaux, but again, it's just a slight advantage, and he's not really going to be able to do a lot of pushing based, based off of this fight.
Yep,
Got a Mangonel out.
The real advantage for Sitaux is going to be that TC he has in the back, and the TC just to the north of it, continuing to power his eco.
And that's why I think that Sitaux is actually just going a little too aggressive right here. Like, he doesn't need to apply so much pressure.
And, Byzantines are a good defensive civ, as Mr. Junior Hope coming in with the sub. Byzantines are in fact Byzantines, and Byzantines will in fact have a castle with a mangonel behind it to defend from the Rams, and this should stop this push.
Oh, but the knight going to be coming in from the side. Camel's going to try and peel quickly to help with that. Some quick walls coming in from Vivi as well. There's a big score lead for Sitaux right now. Is he going to do the monk trick?
He could, but he's not. That
Mangonel really makes
gonna
that
go up.
difficult. And yeah, the castle is going to go up. Not a whole lot you can do to stop that. Mangonels are just going to trade 1 for 1. And maybe some monks are going to go down. A couple.
Get away. The monks will make it difficult to add in cataphracts here. But we will see one. We're going to see the cataphract from Vivi.
I hear they pack quite a punch.
They do.
But look at this, guys. Sitaux not horribly far away from the Imperial Age. But with the power of Byzantines, neither is Vivi. Castle coming up at the front here for Sitaux, and he's on those 3 TCs to 2.
Yeah, and it's only a 5 vil difference, but Vivi is up to imp first, and he does have wheelbarrow. So these ecos are really neck and neck.
Yeah, and the fishing ships are just on fish traps right now. They don't have the deep fish anymore. Well, there's 1 deep fish left.
There is.
But...
Oh, actually, there are 2 deep fish, but he hasn't scouted one of them.
Oh, feels bad, man.
Or maybe he has. He can see the lower corner of it, but it's not clear to me whether that's it in his vision or not.
I don't think it is, because if you go to his POV with the Fog of War on, you don't see the fish. Which makes me believe that you need to scout the exact center point of the 2x2 that make up the fish to actually scout them.
Yeah, it might be like the TCs a bit in that regard.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you learn something new all the time with AoE, man. Oh my goodness, triple monastery for Vivi.
Oh,
It's going to be a clown fiesta. And triple monastery for Sitaux.
Oh, yes. Both these civs have really great monks. The Byzantines have all of the monk upgrades aside from herbal medicine. The Lithuanians, they have... What are their monasteries? They work faster, right? So they produce the monks
Yeah, they work
more quickly?
faster and they've got every attack.
Yeah.
Bowsaw just now coming in, as well as Wheelbarrow for Sitaux. And the populations are pretty even here.
And in this trip war, that Byzantine's castle already has 6,240 HP. That's just going to explode and become like 8,000 when this castle gets to imp.
You need
Castle for
wording for
Sitaux.
the 8,131.
Yeah, Castle for Sitaux has only 4,800 HP, but he's going for the second castle.
That's 9,600 right there.
That'll be more than one Byzantine's castle. We got to do math on the fractal map, but
That's why I bring you on
the
to
trip.
West. And, I mean, it's only going to be a slight advantage in the Treb War. The stone reserves are going to be important. 10 vills on stone, 500 in the bank, 18 vills on stone with only 100 in the bank for Sitaux, but he'll be able to mine that pretty quickly. Both these civs have stone shaft mining for what it's worth.
Yeah, and both these civs did invest into the monks, but monks, they need to be adjacent to trebs in order to convert them. So you can't just hop forward and convert the trebs. This actually will be a good treb fight.
And we see
Vivi
third
is
TC
starting
now
already.
coming in for Vivi to the far south of the map. And that's one of the things I really like about this map is, like, unlike Socotra, you can just go for that boom safely in the back and still have the big clown fiesta at the front. It's like an opposite of a mullet. You know, it's nice and neat in the back and a party in the front.
Well, Sitaux has sent a villager forward to start knifing that castle inside of Murderhole's range. His
That'll do one
skirm
damage.
fending him off, but he will do actually quite a bit of damage there.
Oh man, chemistry about to come in. Both of these are bombard cannon civs. I mean, both civs just have very broad tech trees.
Yep. And monks can indeed convert the bombard cannons, but I expect to see we need some more repairs here.
Converts
both
the
players.
forward bill that was shanking the castle.
Well, now that Bill can repair all the damage he did with his knife,
Oh yeah.
it's like he got arrested for committing a crime. Now he has to do some community service to clean it up.
No, he has to do some atonement.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. And that's the first castle down right there. The difference in castle HP really does matter. But there's a lot of stone in the bank right now for Sitaux.
For both
And he
players
still has
even.
10 bills on stone. Vivi has plenty of stone, but not any more income. And that's going to go away very quickly.
Well, if Vivi can get out this bombard cannon and one more treb, I think we get into a position where both players just trade off their castles.
Although it will still be 2 for 1.
It will.
For Vivi, so he's going to be happy with that. Oh my goodness, like all the monk laser beams.
Immediately you go for that cannon. Yeah, you can't use the cannons in this situation with all those monks. And honestly, it might actually be a mistake to be going for them when all these block hunting monks are out on the field at this point.
Oh, gonna try and get a nice little angle on the castle though, and both players did make those bombard cannons. So have a few units scattered here and there, and honestly, once again, we have Sitaux getting into a very strong position early on in this map, but Vivi is just hanging in there, trying to fight his way back. Lightcav gonna try and dive bomb on the monks, and they are gonna get some kills for sure. I think. There's still a lot of monks left.
Yeah, I think the more useful thing is that the monks got their conversions out of the way, so now the bombard cannons can start to be used.
Oh, this is a big fight. Army value is a little bit higher for Sitaux, but that doesn't take into account Byzantines. The numbers are pretty similar. Few more vills for Sitaux. Trebs are going to be getting forced down without any castles. Those are irreplaceable. Oh, this is such a scrappy fight.
Yeah, and Vivi needs to be careful about his bombard cannon that's being converted. Oh, he actually has atonement though. He's trying to convert Sitau's monks. He actually got
both
one
players
of
have
them.
atonement. Oh, units just trying to convert back and forth. I think that was a converted bombard cannon. It's really hard to tell whose units are whose at this point with all of the conversions that are going down. But Sitaux trying to press forward.
Oh, the
Both
treb
players
gets the
again.
cannon.
Oh, but then the cannon gets the treb. Oh, and the treb gets a knight too.
At the end of the day, we have another castle in the back for Sitaux, and he has out one Laetus that can actually do quite a bit of damage if it's not converted.
Oh.
And it is converted. That was a long conversion.
That was a
but-
long conversion. I would be so sad for Vivi if that was not a successful conversion.
we're gonna have a Lithuanian cataphract versus a Byzantine Laetus.
Oh, it just deletes it. Oh, man. Another light cav comes in. Again, this fight is so scrappy, but again, Sitaux's macro behind this is a little bit superior. He's got 127 bills to 104.
Oh, that one light cav just got 2 or 3 monks. Almost got a third. Byzantine healing saved it.
Yeah, man. What a
Oh, the Trebs are going
wild
down.
series this is.
The Trebs are going down to that cannon.
Oh, is the Treb gonna get to the cannon itself? Yes,
they
it
trade.
is.
You gotta play
that's only a
dodgeball with those cannons if you're fighting Trebs.
Yeah, man. Oh, both players pressing forward once again. Mangonel gonna try and get some villagers, I suppose, but that's not really the greatest thing in the world. It's like neither player is getting any unit upgrades. It doesn't matter what units they make. They're just flinging whatever they can at their opponent.
Yeah, Sitaux does have the better eco behind this, but that's another castle. All of the siege, aside from one Treb, has been taken out.
Yeah, I mean, Sitaux has this castle over here, so we can make additional trebuchets.
And that castle's going up.
Oh, there are more monks. Those faster working Lithuanian monasteries are quite helpful.
They're great at forcing the cannons away. Those cannons, like, they're in a position they can get some shots on
But
that
Sitaux,
Treb.
he doesn't have the actual army. He's just making spearmen and monks.
Yeah, and that's not what you want to be doing against the Byzantines. They have their own great monks, and they have their own cheap spearmen. And the castle goes up. That should help protect cannons.
Oh, but no, everything is just completely flipped on its head as Sitaux got a bunch of really important conversions over there.
Oh, he gets the cannon, too.
Oh, really nicely done for Sitaux. Both players just trying to spam whatever units they can, but now we're looking at around a 30 population advantage for Sitaux, and he's going to send those light cav to the back in a completely unwalled area.
They're unwalled, but they're being chased by a camel, and there is at least a TC with some idle villagers near a gold mine in the back for Vivi. But I think the main issue for Vivi here is going to be that the back only has a limited amount of resources. The real resources are in the bottom tip of this fractal, as that is where Sitaux is heading out, and he is building a watchtower protecting the only entrance to this mining camp.
Oh my goodness. Now we got Fervor coming in, Bodkin coming in. That one relic has been ejected. And neither player has any Imperial Age units other than Siege.
Oh, we do have Redemption and Fervor coming in for Vivi as a bit of a pause.
Tactical pause. Sack, says Fat Dragon.
In all caps, just so he's not misunderstood.
Oh, yes.
I do like Sitaux's positioning on the map a bit more, but at this point, I do like the Byzantines.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Sitaux is the one who is ultimately going to be getting to a bunch of good halberdier numbers, and Vivi's making mostly camels. So the halbs are going to be doing extremely well there. And 41 vills on food for Sitaux. I think I like his position a bit more across the board. He's ahead by 20 pop, which is nice as well, just having more villagers.
Yeah, I think his eco is better at this point, but saying that, Vivi does have 116 vills, and with the Byzantines, you can spam trash with that population.
Yes, you can. Eco upgrades are even identical. And okay, Vivi found the stone to the south, and with free town patrol with Byzantines. Going to be good to go right there. And here we are back into the meat grinder.
Do you think Sitaux knows that there is a stone and a gold and a relic just to the outside of his base? Because it should be there every game.
Yeah, there's a set number of golds and stones on the back of the map.
And Vivi has spotted that already.
Oh,
Nice
the
quick walls
stone
with the
walls.
camels.
Going to give all that extra access to the golden stone. And now it's going to be an arbalest switch here for Sitaux.
Honestly,
Making
that castle
gold
from
units.
Vivi, I'd probably like to see that a bit closer to those stone walls.
Yeah,
He's
me as
doing
well.
bracer, so he'll be able to shoot it down, but I'd like to be like in a position where it could hit the tower too.
Yeah, totally agree. Vivi just migrating a bajillion villagers over to the gold.
Yeah, how much longer is he going to have that gold under his control? This is where you don't even need to... The camels almost get through the gate. You don't even need to destroy that. You just need to chop one little hole with your Treb. But big fight as the halbs come in with the monks behind them now.
But that is a lot of monks for both players as the lag from the pause slows the game down slightly. Oh man, we're having some peak Age of Empires with the Vil fights and the monk fights in this game number 2 in this best of 5. Oh my god, it's a complete mess of a fight, but the numbers are now heavily in favor of Vivi. He's been getting those better conversions. The Halbs were mostly targeted by the monks of Vivi. The Arbs are in the back, and the camels, of course, are going to chew through the light cav like butter. And now another castle from Vivi. This one's quite aggressive on the tower.
Yeah, and right now, this is Sitaux. He doesn't have any of those relics, and he doesn't have any gold unit, right? And these castles are soon going to cut him off from that mining camp in the south. He's not going to be able to reinforce those villages with any type of army. He's panic putting up a castle there, but 3 Trebs and Bombard Cannon will make short work of that.
Yeah, and the Siege Workshop is going to go down pretty quickly. Padded Archer Armor, I mean, Lithuanian Skirms are excellent. You have 7 Cataphracts actually on the field for Vivi.
Oh, Cataphracts. Best unit in the game.
Except they don't have Mangudai.
Nah, Cataphracts are better.
Oh, Conscription. Now rounding out eco upgrades is Vivi. And again, he was in a really rough spot early on, but just using the resilience of Byzantine so effectively right there. And how did Vipi go down 2-0 to this guy? Because Sitaux is playing really well. It's just Vivi is also playing really well.
Yeah, and Viper was also kind of doing some weird things in one of those games, I think.
Yeah. Well, Mangonel gets sniped and Elite Skirmisher for Vivi.
Well, and here come the 3 Trebs on that castle. He's trying to do tower shields, and I think he'll get that before the castle goes down. But that's his last castle. He needs to do those castle techs if he wants them now.
Need to get hill forts, man. Oh, a bunch of light cav coming in, but there are camels here on standby. Oh man, just cutting through those light cav like butter. And the castle's gonna go down. Vivi's actually losing several villagers to the castle before it does inevitably fall, but now a town center coming in on the left side. That is a lot of skirmishers here for Sitaux, who is at maximum population. Those Arbalests are not gonna be able to stand up to them. Bring Archer Armor on the way as well. I mean, that's a lot of trash units for Sitaux.
But right now, only 2 armor or +2 for the Cataphracts. Those skirms with 7 attack will do a lot of damage to Cataphracts when they only have 3 armor.
Yes, they will. And once Ring Archer Armor comes in, those are going to be some tanky and speedy skirmishers. Oh, but the castles here from Vivi are pretty darn good.
And they're Byzantine castles. They stay up.
They do indeed. Plate Barding Armor coming in as well. But Vivi's now the one who is in control of the southern area with all of those extra golds and stones. Sitaux is trying to rush up a castle in the back. Still has a little bit more gold with which to work, but not a ton, as Vivi also was able to scoop up a couple relics. Lithuanians with 0 relics are a little bit sad.
Yeah, and Sitaux still hasn't taken that relic in the back of his base. It's right there for him to grab. He does just build a back monastery and take it with 1 monk.
Yeah, and he doesn't know about the gold that's in the back of his base either.
Well, he should know it's there because it's always there on this map. Vivi's done a great job in lining those resources in the back of his base, and he's going to continue having gold as he does now the armor upgrade and his final blacksmith upgrades. What is this, Ornlu? Armored Cataphracts against skirmishers. This should be a decent fight, as he's going to use a castle to force the engagement from Sitaux.
Yeah, and those Cataphracts are just difficult units to counter without Arbalests or heavy Cav Archers or something.
And those skirms are very grouped up.
Wait, did we get Logistica?
I did not see if we did or not.
No Logistica. That is a very expensive upgrade. Okay, there's Elite Cataphract on the way as well. And that's just going to be so many castles right now for Vivi, who's now on 5 castles. Getting gold and stone mining right now. Always get gold and stone mining past the 1 hour mark. And another castle!
Yeah. I mean, you have so much stone in this bottom area. You got 12 tiles.
Yeah.
Stone mining is totally worth it if you want to rush up more castles, especially when you start getting blocked by the 200 pop.
Yeah, exactly. But Sitaux, I mean, his macro has been pretty good. He's still close to 200 population, but it's mostly skirmishers. And Vivi is just going to be able to comfortably add in these gold units, as he does have control of that area. Now grabbing relic number 3 as well. Oh, that castle's in a little bit of a precarious position. And it is going to go up, and that's going to be pretty helpful, as there's only a single bombard cannon, actually kind of in the middle of nowhere for Sitaux.
Yeah, there's nothing really to knock it down.
Yeah. More cataphracts coming in. They still don't have Logistica, but they do at least have the Elite, so they're going to be more proper Imperial Age units as far as stats go.
Crop
Bombard cannon gets
rotation.
converted. Oh, you bet, crop rotation. Vivi is getting set up for the long haul, man. But Sitaux has a huge army of skirmishers right now. He has 46 skirms.
Yeah, and skirms, when cataphracts are missing that last armor, skirms are actually a decent unit against cataphracts.
Yep, unlike, say, Hussars, skirms deal 2 damage to cataphracts. But Vivi's still pushing with these siege units, still has gold income. Sitaux is pretty much out of it. I mean, he has the gold to the far left, but he never scouted it, which is potentially a massive issue. And with all of those clumped up skirmishers, I think Logistica should be something that is a priority here for Vivi. Maybe just making some skirms until he can save enough gold for that upgrade.
Yeah, some skirms of his own might be a good investment.
Yeah.
He does have all the ranged upgrades, so it wouldn't be too big of a transition.
And he is making a lot of skirmishers, and only a little bit more gold for Logistica. There, now you can afford it. And there we are! Vivi knows what's up. Bombard cannon with 9 kills right now.
Yep, they missed Bloodlines, not armor, but the unit itself has 1 less armor than the Paladin line. So skirmishers, instead of doing 1 damage, do 2 damage, which double the damage is quite a significant difference.
And GG well played even throws out by Sitaux.
Oh, wow.
Vivi is up 2-0 in what an incredible set so far.
What an incredible game from him there.
Yeah.
It looked really bad for him early on. It felt like Sitaux did everything he wanted to do in the early game. But Byzantines are a really difficult civ to push, and Vivi did a great job defending with those stone walls, getting that castle up, using that cheaper imp to make up some of the timing difference, and managed to win the early engagement with Byzantine monks and a sturdier castle.
And like I was saying in the mid game, I didn't think Sitaux needed to be as aggressive as he was. I mean, he was up to castle age like 3 minutes faster. He could have just added some extra TCs. I mean, Vivi wasn't going to do anything. Just could have added in a siege workshop instead of the double stables.
Right. Now, also made a couple mistakes letting Vivi get back onto the water, adding in extra fishing ships on the right instead of a galley or 2, and that dock helped him to close up some of the gap.
Yep. Vivi just able to round out his upgrades more. Conversions, 26 for each player.
Nice
but still,
and equal.
Vivi had the far superior KD.
Yep. A positive KD with Byzantines is a very good sign for the Byzantines.
Oh, yeah.
4,000 more gold collected, because at the end, Sitaux didn't have that mining camp area.
Yep. And what a game that is. The 2-0 that Vivi has right now over Sitaux does not reflect how close this series has been.
So that's a loss with Sitau's first picked civ, and a win with Vivi's last picked civ. are these maps available on the Mod Center? There should be a link to them if you search for either RMSC or RMSC2 or Random Map Cup 2.
I think it's RMS Cup 2 is the name of the mod.
Yeah.
RMS Cup 2 map pack.
Yeah, something like that, and you should find them in game.
And we're going to Le Grand Fossé, and I think we could be seeing some Saracens Burgundians here.
I think so too. Sitaux's gotta somehow make the reverse sweep happen now if he wants to stay in this tournament. And if Vivi advances past TaToH, that'll be a very good win for Vivi.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we both favored Sitaux in this set. He said 3-1 Sitaux, I said 3-2 Sitaux, but Vivi just showing his resilience. Like, even if he loses like one engagement early on, he is going to do everything he can to fight back and just continue to take the best fights he possibly can, get some eco behind it, and ultimately work towards that late game. But it's like, even if Vivi gets eliminated, like if Sitaux pulls a reverse sweep, like he's had such a strong performance in this tournament already.
That he has.
And it's pretty important for him because he's only in, I think, Gold League for T90's tournament. So he's not even in the upper echelons there. And yes, the winner of this will face Mr. Yo, by the way. So we could have a Vivi Mr. Yo set potentially.
Well, I'm sure they would appreciate being able to coordinate the time zones for a series.
Yeah, definitely. Willingness to take bad fights to limit Sitaux's army numbers. It's something that he's been doing. He was going to smash the Gold League. Oh, it's Saracens Burgundians on Le Grand Fossé. Or the Big Ditch. Nah, that doesn't sound as good. Pikes instead of monks? He did add in pikes. And the monks were good. It's just Vivi... I think it was a matter of Sitaux could have been even further ahead economically.
So
Like, guys...
Do you think Sitaux has anything planned for the Saracens here?
I mean, you always have to have something planned with Saracens.
Well, he planned on deleting his walls and does that right away.
Yeah, he'll be the Red Saracens on the other side of this, well...
Big ditch.
Yep. And Vivi gonna be the Blue Burgundians, one of his favorite civs for sure.
Absolutely, he loves that castle into those unique units. And I would expect for him to go fast castle into the Custier here, which could be interesting if Sitaux decides to go for some type of Saracens crossbow play, because these palisades do not keep crossbows out.
They do not keep crossbowmen out, and we have to remember Saracens have pretty darn good answers to cavalry units in their camels and in the Mameluke.
Yeah, that is true. And also they have a good monk tech tree if they need to take an early castle age fight against small numbers of Custier. So the monastery is definitely an option, especially with the market and their ability to sell stone and go for that classic Saracens monk rush.
The good old smush.
Yep.
That's why it's called a smush, guys.
Yeah.
Is because it's Saracen monk rush, in case you didn't know.
A classic.
There are 3 boar on this map.
Yep. Ooh, Sitaux, he's back there with the scout. He might be thinking of taking one again.
Yep.
Or it's a far boar. He might be thinking of laming a Vil. And he knows he can do this safely because he sees that Vivi's scout is on the right side by his base.
Exactly. Yeah, just lurking here with the scout. We do have double bit axe coming in here for Vivi. He needs a house. Okay, so he's just getting that right now. Sends another Vil out. But here comes the nice lady just wanting to go and lure a boar in, but Sitaux
Bonjour.
lurking here with this gun, and she's just gonna go to the lumber camp. She's like, no, I was just going to the lumber camp the whole time.
It tries to be tricky, but it's not working.
No, she's just trying to play it cool with the scout. No, I'm not trying to take the boar. Don't you worry. Meanwhile, dropping a mill over here by these shorefish is Vivi, and same deal for Sitaux.
Yep. Did you know the architecture of the well changes every game? It will depend on what the Gaia Civ is.
Isn't Gaia always Britain's?
Nope. It can change. I don't know if it ever randomizes itself or if you have to randomize it in the random map script manually, but you can set Gaia to whatever civ you want in a map script.
Oh. It's Britain's by default, though, isn't it?
Probably.
Because they're the first civ in the game
In the
data.
list.
Although in, at least back in the day, in the scenario editor, Saracens were the Gaia civ, because Saracens are the 9th civ in the game files.
Yeah, right.
Because you can tell the devs added in the civs based on the architecture sets or
Right.
regions of the world, because it was Britain's Franks for Western Europe, Goths Teutons for Central Europe, Japanese Chinese for East Asia, and then Byzantines, Persians for Middle East.
Oh, both players up, Sitaux up slightly faster and adding in a barracks.
Indeed he is. Sitaux going up quickly and likely making archers. That definitely checks out. Sitaux confirmed.
I like the campaign-styled mining camp between a house and 2 mines.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
That'll be very efficient for him.
No, the campaign-style mining camp would be 2 tiles off, so you have to delete it and replace it. But some secondary walls are coming in for Vivi, and Sitaux coming forward here with these militia.
Yeah, Vivi going for the small trapezoid walls going directly to the wood lines. Sometimes you see players go all the way to the edge of the map, but this is definitely the quicker and cheaper wall to build.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you need against this very aggressive men-at-arms play. But notably, no villagers coming forward.
And Sitau's up first. You see, Vivi wanted to take that scout fight, but as soon as Sitaux hits feudal, his scout backed off.
He just noped out of that one. Oh, one tile of palisade hasn't been started yet. Oh,
now
and he
it
gets
has.
the building started right there. JavaScript is terrible. Thank you so much for the 20 months. A lot of viewers today. Well, I hope that anyone who's watching is just enjoying these games, because I know I am.
Yep. These are higher quality games than JavaScript.
You agree that JavaScript is terrible?
Yes. But nowadays you don't need to use JavaScript. You can use TypeScript, which is less terrible.
Ah, okay. Is it better than BASIC?
Yes.
Hera raided us yesterday, so that's why we had so many viewers.
Yeah, you still have some hussars left over in the eco.
Yeah, exactly. Just left over.
Well, Vivi, he's doinking vills with that scout, not really doing much else. His militia are still just dancing around the back.
Notably, seeing that his opponent got fully walled, did not invest into the men-at-arms upgrade.
Yeah, he's just trying to put down his own walls now. Neither player going fast castle, both just going like feudal boom, mostly.
Yeah, I mean, Vivi was able to get horse collar and bow saw taking a page out of the villagers from the last game of his opponent. Because everyone knows Lithuanian villagers say bowsaw. Now going over to gold, Vivi's been mining a little bit of stone.
Long distance mining it from the TC, no camp on it, just putting the camp on his gold. He does not have a location for a campaign mining camp.
No, it actually has to be a good mining camp. But the archers are coming in here from Saracens. Got the fletching upgrade on the way. Skirmishers are mostly staying at home.
Well, here they come, or almost. They're just going to stand outside the wall for a few seconds and start hitting it. Archers will stop the vills from collecting wood, and he's going to put up a tower. Might need a house foundation to stop the militia from getting in, but that tower should keep the wood safe, and the militia have to run away to the left.
I mean, Vivi's been playing this very greedily. He's now just getting a market, he's building some towers, and I think he's just going to want to go straight Coustier.
That would make sense for his playstyle. Market also for Sitaux, wanting to do Saracen things with it. But Vivi gets his up first. No, you cannot convert the Gaia units. They are not convertible.
Nope, nor can you lure them into your opponent's space because they're on defensive stance.
Yep.
Oh, Lost Ride coming in with the sub with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, Lost Ride. Welcome to the Wolf Pack. Enjoy the beauty, glory, and majesty of Ornlu, a wolf, and friends. Anyway, Vivi, just doing a little bit of harassment over here.
Yep, you can't convert them with monks either.
My car is a lot like Gaia units, not convertible.
Yeah, exactly. This Centurion has a roof. Look at that helmet. Also look at his plus 12 attack against infantry.
Yeah.
Don't attack him with eagles.
Do not do that.
Nice hill in the back for Vivi. Just doesn't have too much army to stand on top of it. I like how the house position kind of forces him off the hill too.
Yeah.
As Vivi is the first up to the castle age, using the market before Sitaux does.
It's always nice to preempt the market use of Saracens. And with 9 vills on stone, I think there is absolutely no ambiguity as to what he wants to do.
Nope, but Sitaux has a few vills on stone himself. I don't know how he wants to defend, if it'll just be TCs or his own castle. I feel like if you're going to defend Coustier, you need either to go heavy on monks or to do your own castle.
I just want to see Mameluke versus Coustier, man.
That would be glorious.
Because Mameluke should do very well against Coustier.
They should, as long as they stay away.
Well, they are faster. Which is pretty helpful. And they have that range.
They no longer have their instant firing, though.
I know, very
Or
sad.
instant scimitar tossing.
When they the scimitars fly as they're like pulling back to throw it. It's like the most awkward animation ever. Kind of like Men-at-Arms, how their attack does not remotely line up with their animation.
I always
Or
notice
rams.
the desyncs most with rams and spearmen.
Yeah, Spearman as well.
Another tower for Vivi that will cut into his ability to add in TCs after the boom. And he will have to buy stone, as he's going to finish his stone mine before he has the stone for a castle.
Yeah, you only have those 2 tiles.
Oh, this is where if you're the Saracens player, you just want to buy as much stone as you can.
Yeah?
Ruin the market price, but he has to buy it, and even has to buy it twice, because he was at 626. But here he goes. Oh, no, it's a very safe castle.
I don't think you go forward here. You don't have any army. You have 1 skirmisher.
If it had been forward, it would have stopped the campaign mining camp.
That's true, that's true. But now we're going to be going over to the other gold mine as Sitaux, and it just seems like he wants to go for that heavy archer play. And it is definitely more into Sitaux's wheelhouse to go for mass archers than it is to go for the castle and Mamelukes.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, there's the Coustier castle, and there is the first Coustier being trained.
Already has both Castle Age eco upgrades. Does Vivi. I mean, he got Bowsaw a long time ago and has Heavy Plow now as well to help out. but more resources collected overall for Sitaux by virtue of the Saracen market.
And it'll be Saracen's crossbows.
No, it will not. Well, I mean,
Not. Oh, it'll be cav archers. After the crossbow upgrade, it'll be cav archers.
yeah, after crossbow. Crossbow's so cheap, might as well get it.
Now, the cav archers, I like that choice against the Custier because they'll actually be able to run away a bit and they won't just be hit immediately. It's not like the initial patch where the Custier did like 10 bajillion damage to cav archers. That has been fixed.
No, it was only 50 damage. Or no, it was 60 damage and 80 damage. Because they got double their bonus
That's a lot.
Charge. But you're only on the 2 ranges. Okay, third one's on the way. And these Custier have no upgrades. So no extra pierce armor for them. Got Blacksmith now coming in for Vivi, and neither player has decided to try and go for that additional town center. Got some Custier chilling over there. Looks like a skirmisher died to the longboat. Feels bad, man.
We did. Poor Skirm. I've seen the longboat kill one of Vivi's conquistadors before, but...
Yeah, that Hera game.
Custier getting inside the gate on the cav archer.
Ooh, I guess they get a Vil, but that does not feel especially worthwhile.
Yeah, it feels like he's just tossing them away for free, mostly.
Yep. Both players, same villager count, just better eco upgrades for Vivi. And with the +1 defense, those crossbowmen are going to be getting absolutely wrecked.
Ouch.
Ouchie mama.
Militia finally goes down.
There we go. That's a low HP palisade wall the Custier will bring down in just a few hits.
Do the Custiers get their bonus attack against buildings?
No. Has to be units.
Yes, they can't just snipe through the foundations super quick. It has to be like a normal attack.
Exactly. And gets a couple more villagers, does Vivi. So overall, some nice trades for him. Husbandry coming in as well. And neither player feeling comfortable enough to add a second TC to go out of their little bubble, staying in their safe space.
Well, it is difficult for Vivi to add a TC when he's been going for that early castle.
Yeah, that's a
And all the towers.
pretty similar deal. Mostly just mining gold and buying the rest of the resources that he needs. But the issue I have right now for Vivi is that he's not really able to take those trades and keep the cav archer numbers low. Those cav archer numbers are getting pretty high pretty fast.
Right. And yeah, he is getting some raiding done, but as he's doing that, he's not killing the cav archers, and their numbers are going up.
Yep. But he does have a pretty nice villager advantage for the time being.
It will take a nice fight here on this hill.
And that's what you want to be seeing. Just doing whatever you can to keep those cav archer numbers low. Getting wheelbarrow is Vivi.
Ooh, and the
And Sitaux
Custiers...
just doesn't have those upgrades.
Yeah, the Custier, remember, they are faster than the cav archers, so they can chase them down for their bonus attack and run away.
Well, because husbandry's in. Not normally.
At least for now they can, but they're gonna die to the tower.
Just gonna try and trade for whatever vills he can, and Vivi being very aggressive in trading his army for villager kills. He's gotten 14 kills to 1 death so far. And the cav archer numbers are exactly double. Okay, well now they're a little bit more than exactly double the Custier numbers. And there we go, Vivi adding in that second TC towards the side of the map.
Yeah, and the thing for Sitaux is he didn't have his cav archers grouped up there. He probably took some more losses in his base than he needed to because all the other cav archers were on the other side of the map.
Yep. And I'd say things are looking pretty good for Vivi. Yes, his army is a lot weaker, but he's got that castle to help defend. He's got these watchtowers.
He's up by 10 bills.
Yep, the longer that this game goes on without Sitaux doing a massive amount of damage to Vivi, the better it's going to be, just because Vivi was very aggressive in trading those Custier.
Yeah. And with that castle, it will be hard to do massive amounts of damage, but the cav archers will come in on the right. Cav archers, what is the current state of the Saracen bonuses? They no longer have attack bonuses against buildings on the cav archer. It is only for their team bonus on archers, right?
Yep. Yep. Got a Scorpion coming out. Coustier, again, trying to go for that counterattack, but there are a lot of cav archers at home, and Sitaux is starting to get these walls in that he needs to, but he's just really struggling to find that massive amount of damage that he's looking for.
Yeah, all those early towers made it so that he was already well defended from the cav archers. And there's no wood line left for him to chop, and this extra TC will definitely help him out in the north. He somehow found a way to get it on that gold and on 3 wood lines despite all those hills.
Just in the perfect position right there.
Sitaux getting some good kills on the Coustier that are trying to break through the walls.
Yeah, Vivi needs to be very careful, and the cav archers have found this TC location. We'll be able to get a villager snipe, but the issue for Sitaux is his cav archer upgrades are pretty terrible. They only have bodkin. They have no husbandry, ballistics, thumb ring, bloodlines, anything like that.
Yeah, he doesn't even have... Well, he does have a stable now, but it's so hard to afford those upgrades when you're getting chased down with Coustier.
And you only have 3 on food. Oh, Coustier gonna try and make that trade happen, and because these Coustier are currently faster than the cav archers, I feel like that is just the biggest deal.
That husbandry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he needs to retreat now, though, now that he's used the bonus attacks. He's losing a lot of Coustier there.
He is indeed.
He doesn't have the armor on this fight, Ornlu. He doesn't have the armor.
Well, he could have waited a little bit longer until he got chain burning armor, but now chain burning armor is in.
And now it's in. The wolf wants to get involved in the action. Both the armies basically get cleaned up, but at this point, the longboat's getting involved. The pirates are chasing down the cav archers.
And Vivi's getting some kills, but the Scorpions, I mean, these are 5 Scorpions. It's going to be doing a ton of damage to those cav archers. Vivi now ahead by 20 vills. Just now we have Bloodlines in. Is also Vivi going to be town centering, like, literally nothing on the right side. That is one of the worst TC placements I have seen in a very long time.
These obelisks are not actually the stone. The stone is in the actual stone.
The stone is literally just stone.
This isn't some Rise of Nations game where you build your TC there and generate resources from it.
Well, I guess the villagers will automatically go to several different stone mines.
Now this is a campaign TC.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Still several cav archers at home. Sitaux has been pretty diligent about making sure that Vivi cannot get any more counterattacking damage done, but those earlier 14 villager kills, they really add up. Cav archers just doing a little bit of pressure. There are these 5 Scorpions over here. Oh, the pass-through damage!
Oh, that is a nice line of cav archer corpses there.
Yeah.
Oh, another nice
my
line.
goodness.
Oh, those Scorpions. There's the GG and 3-0 win.
Wow.
For the Fat Dragon.
What a set, man.
Scorpions. Wow. Remember, cav archers, they have 8 attack, so they do 2 damage to mangonels, but only 1 to Scorpions. So it's difficult if you don't have a melee unit to surround and kill the Scorpions, and they just left those cav archers scattered upon that hill. And GG's to Vivi.
Yeah, really, really well played. Was behind in the early game in those first 2, able to make the big plays happen in mid game especially. And this game was just Vivi doing Burgundian's things and able to just really nicely defend against the aggression of his opponent.
Yeah. And let's look at those stats for that game. 77 to 36 kills. Not even close there. Eco's kind of flipping back and forth between the players, but the Coustier is just such an amazing unit.
Oh, yeah. able to get that 3-0 win, and it will be, I am pretty sure, a Vivi Yo quarterfinals.
Yep. Once again, a match where I think I would favor Yo, but two players who definitely are familiar with each other.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that should just be a really interesting set.
Okay, so I think we have a bit of a break now, and then we will have, what is our next series? It is
TaToH
Fire. Yep.
All right.
And yep, once again, this was split up, so we're only doing 2 sets today, and the next 2 will be tomorrow with, again at 16 GMT, Jordan Doubt, followed by ACCM and Dark.
Yep. That is the plan. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in a minute. But yeah, that was a really fun first set. Even though it was a 3-0, it felt way more interesting than that. I return. But yeah, this should be really interesting. Remember, guys, Fire took out Vinch yesterday, and TaToH barely lost to Mr. Yo. Fire was looking really good, though. I mean, Fire always looks good, you know, but in-game as well. All right, we're going to have a Koala game number 1 once again. Fractal and Brahmaputra here from TaToH, and then Mount Kailash and Low Tide from Fire. Japanese, Burgundians, Mongols, Gujars all banned, and then Bulgarian Snipe from Fire, and the Hindustani Snipe from TaToH, and TaToH with Poles as his first picked Civ. Interesting stuff. Other than that, we have a Spanish pick from Fire, but that's probably just for Brahmaputra, where Spanish are very common. And you have a Celts again. Everything else looks pretty normal. TaToH with his patented Saracens. Poles Berbers again on Koala. It was possible. No Bulgarian snippet. Why do the Bulgarians have a dismounted Konik as their icon? I don't know. We have to ask the people who made AoE 2CM. Set should start within a few minutes. Amazon loaded. It's not out yet, is it? I didn't think it was out. TaToH won't sleep. Sweep. TaToH won't sleep. TaToH will never sleep. Yeah, it's Yo Vivi. But yeah, game 1, it is going to be on Koala. Oh. Wait, what? So now it says waiting. I guess they just redid the lobby. October? Ah, okay. My opinion on opinions? Eh, they're alright. So long as I agree with them.
You have any bad opinions?
No. An opinion of mine is by definition good. But we have our drafts out, and we had the Bulgarian Snipe, which is pretty interesting.
Let me grab the draft info.
Overdue for an Earth. If I had to fight another caster in a boxing match, I don't really think it would matter because I would lose to everybody.
No, I would never win a boxing match. I'm a distance runner. I run away from fights.
Yeah, that's true. Yep, looks like we're in.
All right, let me grab this link here.
All right, we got a 2-minute spec delay, and it's going to be Lithuanians Aztecs. Yeah, the winner of this match faces the Viper.
So I'll just take a quick look at this draft. Hindustanis sniped, Gujars banned, Mongols, Burgundians, Japanese banned. TaToH with the Byzantines, and with the Saracens, so TaToH has the 2 TaToH civs.
Oh, yeah.
And once again, game 1 on Koala. Lithuanians and Aztecs are the 2 civs that really want to be aggressive and get those relics.
You bet, you bet. Yeah, I mean, on paper, you would think that TaToH should have an easy time winning, but Fire was looking really strong versus Vinch.
Well, it is a Tyrant War.
It is indeed a Tyrant War. Fire was on fire. Yeah, Fire looked indeed well prepared. I mean, both of these guys don't have their Red Bull tickets yet, so you're gonna want to qualify as early and as cleanly as possible. When we go to Arabia and Arena, I like Aztecs on both.
Oh, wow. They're very close.
Oh, this is an interesting koala gen. It looks more like an actual koala. Yeah, I've never seen a gen like this. I mean, it's not like it's a bugged map or anything. It's just a very aggressive generation. Players very close to each other.
And TaToH's getting off to the luckier start, going to the left side of the middle. And, he could get those sheep. Oh, but Fire, he's sending a Vil too. Yeah, Fire
Yes, he
is
is.
very unlucky. He's going to get those sheep and the boar. Fire might actually get the other stuff on the right side too.
Yep, you could just see the lame and counter lame. If you look at Fire's POV, he doesn't know about the boar lame, so he might not feel like risking it. But those pigs are going to be coming back, and I don't think TaToH had any idea. Oh! But the thing is, TaToH will see through the line of sight that the boar is coming, and he's going to peel for his scout instantly. No, Fire just immediately turns around. Now TaToH not too sure where his opponent is, and that's just letting Fire make off with the great escape.
Yeah, it's so much more difficult to stop the lame if you don't have the area scattered already and you don't see it in the line of sight. But he knows exactly where it's going, though. It's just difficult for him to spot it, and he has seen it now. And the thing about the Scout versus Eagle is that the Eagle's much easier to micro than the Scout, but the Scout can attack the Eagle.
Yes, it can. But we're getting pretty close to the town center already, and I don't think there's going to be anything that TaToH can do to stop this, and he's just going to piece out of that. Claim the back boar. I suppose he could.
Well, he could, because his front boar was taken by the Vil. He hasn't lost any HP off of his Scout yet. Fire really can't lame the second boar at this point.
And he sees it.
Go for it.
Nope, not wanting to do that. Oh, never mind. I lied. It's also Lumen for TaToH.
Oh. He's just gonna
already with the little quadrant of palisades. Oh my goodness. There you go.
Yeah. And the one thing Viper and Jordan had been doing on this map is taking their boars almost immediately. Fire not doing that, and it's gotta hurt him.
It really is. He's simply going to be down a boar compared to his opponent. The Scout has way more HP than does the
he has a plan,
Eagle.
though. He has a plan. He's gonna go for the house.
Is it gonna work?
And he forces the boar away, almost. No.
Oh, but the final hit came from the
villain, not the Scout, so there's still
yeah,
food on it.
so you can still go ahead and send some Vils over to take food from it. Now TaToH gonna lame these deer. Mill coming in. And I guess speaking to the matchup now, Lithuanians versus Aztecs, both civs can go off to some very fast starts, but I feel like Aztecs just have more follow-up, especially like in Feudal Age, getting the extra carry capacity, effectively a farming bonus.
Yeah, I feel like they have the stronger transition into the Castle Age. The Lithuanians, they kind of need to get their relics and their knights. If they can get their knights with +5 attack in the Castle Age, and can get numbers out where they can overwhelm Aztec monks, then they're in a very good spot. But early on, Aztecs can apply a lot of pressure to them.
Yeah, I feel like Eagle Pike Monk is going to be a really strong army composition here. Especially since it is so such an aggressive generation. But Fire is simply down a fair amount of food. Gonna have to send a bunch of Vils over. Has some militia on the way. Or a militia, I suppose.
Yeah. But do you know what the Aztecs have?
Jaguar Warriors?
Extra carry capacity on their Vils
Yep.
to take from that long distance sport. And that'll be an extra 15 or so food per trip with those Vils now.
I mean,
only
it's
plus
no
3.
it's no goth bonus, but you know, it's
But
something.
it does help.
Yeah.
Well, TaToH is prepared for this. Already has some walls up in front of the TC and around his berries. Barracks real close to the TC. If he sees the militia, he should get that safely walled in.
And it is just a 2 militia rush, and now Fire gonna be pushing in his opponent's deer. And I mean, that's at least one decent benefit here of the militia is that it really prevents TaToH from comfortably luring in his own deer.
Yeah, it lets the eagle come over and steal them.
Yep. And he can just push them right to the forage bushes, in fact. Did queue up 3 farms, and then... Okay, now he just wanted to place them in the back. Seems reasonable enough.
Oh no, the deer's walking back. He's gonna block it with the eagle and try to come over with a Vil.
Yep, because the Vil resets the deer
Yep,
scarediness.
Yep, 1 arrow resets it, and you need 2 arrows to kill it, so you can shoot it once. Oh, but where is it gonna run? Okay.
Oh,
not that
dear
far.
RNG. How much we love you.
Oh, TaToH's coming forward. He's bringing a deer with him, but he doesn't care about those 2 militias. He's coming forward with 2 of his own.
And men-at-arms. TaToH with no chill. Man, this is just like that aforementioned ranked game yesterday. I get lamed, my opponent goes fast up to feudal age, gets men-at-arms. I don't have any way of getting to feudal age. And this is looking pretty rough already.
And he's gonna tower the relics. That's bad for the Aztecs. Now remember, this
It
is all
definitely
possible
is.
because TaToH has the plus 150 food at the start and was able to send the Vil forward to do the laming.
Exactly. It's why Lithuanians are so strong here. But now the walls are coming in. We have 5 militia for Fire, pretending that this is like 2011 or something. 2010,
5 militia
2011.
Aztec drush, but you can't drush when the tower's already up.
Is that militia number 6? What are you doing, Fire? Fire's like, I don't need the feudal age. And, you know, if anything else, Fire has a very fun-to-watch play style.
It is 6 militia. He might realize he's down, so just is going with it. Now, there's the second tower that'll completely cover the berries.
Yeah,
And
this is
Fire
just
will
looking
struggle
so
with
strong for TaToH. Who's now adding in Men-at-Arms number 3, which has almost made it forward. And I don't really know what Fire is going to accomplish. He does have more resources collected, to be fair, but being down in tech is kind of rough. But notably, TaToH, no archery range yet. No upgrades either for his economy.
And he's just going all in. Fire, I guess he has to hope he can wall and hold. 6 relics potentially, though, for the Lithuanians is a very scary bonus to their knights. They capped at 4, but still plus extra attack in the castle age. That becomes plus 6. That is scary and not really something any castle age unit can take a straight up fight against.
Exactly. A lot of farms from Fire. And those are Aztec farms, and those houses are going to go down, and Fire is actually housed right now, not super ideal. And oh, Fire just going to try and go for the big counterattack play. Interesting.
Well, TaToH doesn't have units at home, but he is fairly well walled. Also is on stone to continue the trush and could build defensive towers soon if he needs to. Doesn't quite have the stone yet.
Oh, and TaToH has an inkling of what's going on. Maybe.
Well, no ranged unit for Fire, so TaToH can just keep walling and walling and walling forever.
Oh, I guess the tower's out of range of the town center. Yeah, gonna have to cancel that farm potentially, and he needs another mill in the back, man. These farms are far away from the town center. TaToH now getting double bit axe. He's gonna destroy that barracks before any like archery range or something was built. So I think Fire's gonna need to rebuild the barracks.
Oh, you're right. I think he needs to. That's a good
Yeah,
question.
he
Does
is.
he need the barracks unlocked when he reaches feudal to unlock the archery range? I think that's how the check works.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Eagle Scout was sniped. TaToH with the hot hands, able to save that one villager, but I mean the militia are still mostly at full health, so they can be upgraded to men-at-arms as soon as feudal age comes in.
Well, they have trapped one vill inside of his own palisades. But he will just be a firefighter for the next few minutes.
That's a pretty scary tower from TaToH, who also got both of his eco upgrades in. Okay, defensive tower now coming in for Fire, but TaToH's tower is already established.
Yeah, fire finally can counter tower, but that's his only gold. Oh, he's gonna try to FC this. He has a market and a blacksmith in the back. That's why he had so many
But he doesn't have the
farms.
resources is the issue. Oh,
He
he's
has
able to
shown
get
what
that
to sell.
palisade down, but the men-at-arms are just gonna chill, try and just go past the TC. Oh, I think TaToH should commit here. And indeed he is, but
Only
one
one
men-at-arm
men-at-arm
does get
left.
caught, and that one is not within the murder hole's range.
Yep. Well, that one can just be taken out by vills. And Fire
Oh,
has defended this. He's doing
Oh,
clutching. I
TaToH's
don't know
trying
why.
to repair. Oh, man. Rip.
The vill goes down.
Fletching is now in. Fire is still pretty far away from Castle Age, but with the men-at-arms down, Fire is sick and tired of being sick and tired. Going to try and punch down that tower. Gonna give him back his gold access, which is going to be pretty helpful. And, okay, there's the archery range for TaToH. It does have a skirmisher on the way. Not really the scariest unit on the planet, but we'll be able to slowly whittle away at the men-at-arms. And that palisade wall's going down pretty fast. Oh, not able to get
they're
that
in.
market in time. Okay, is gonna try and quick wall over here.
Oh, now
Is that fully
they're
walled
trapped.
though?
They're trapped now.
Oh,
Ooh, no.
I don't think that's gonna work. Oh,
Almost.
gets to the snipe on that house. That's 25 wood down the drain. Yeah, Fire nowhere near Castle Age though.
And with the archers out, can't really pressure any of these other buildings. Berries are almost done too, so TaToH can relocate those vills.
Yep. And the men-at-arms are going to need to retreat for the time being. Horse collar now coming in for our blue player, another lumber camp in the back. And Fire wants that Castle Age. Way more resources collected for Fire, notably, but that is mostly wood and gold. Men-at-arms just going to harass these units. Pulls back the weak one. And now a stable coming in for TaToH. I'm not too sure what this is for. I don't think scouts are really going to accomplish a whole heck of a lot right now.
Yeah, he already had 3 feudal age buildings, so it's not like he needed that to click up. I mean, he will need it eventually. I think he does want to go knights, but maybe he just had the wood and felt like putting it down.
I guess. I mean, he's not training any scouts right now. Both players are really looking for Castle Age.
And
And
Fire's
Fire
gonna
kind
get
of
there.
desperately needs a mill in the back. That walking distance of those farmers is quite excruciatingly long. There you go. Now you can
Fire
look
has
up.
the resources, and he's going to be the
Click
first
the
up.
button.
TaToH won't be far behind, though. And bill counts are still fairly even.
Yep. I mean, the asset carry capacity doesn't mean the farmers actually are, you know, more efficient. It just means that they are less inefficient.
Oh no, it does mean that they are more efficient because they spend less time walking about the farms. They take a certain number of walks. I think it's 4 based on their carry capacity.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
It's like
like,
getting
because the farms
wheelbarrow.
are so far away, it doesn't mean that these are actually good farms. And that's going to be barracks number 3, so the chicken suit man play is going to be on the cards.
He kept his gold, and he's going to be playing full Aztecs, and he's going to be putting a tower in the back. Those archers getting there just before the tower goes up, though. Vil should be able to finish it and keep the wood safe. That'll be slightly annoying. Just needs to keep that Vil alive. He notices. Will TaToH get the archers out?
Oh, that's
He
not
does.
fletching, and TaToH notably still has 3 forward towers, which is pretty handy.
Yeah, 3 forward towers around the relics. This is even a situation where TaToH could try to opt for those forward vills under the mill there, for a forward monastery to get monks and try to move them back to his base.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
he has control of them, because he just needs one of them for the full +4 attack. And if he can somehow get one of those relics to safety, he's gonna have a very strong bonus for his knights. Doing bloodlines now and the armor.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, he needs to get these walls up, though.
Oh, and
He needs
TaToH's
to
going to
pay
try and go for
attention.
another tower.
He goes for the house there. He didn't need to do that. He could have clicked the wall in time. But he wanted to be extra safe. And he can still
Yeah,
click it as fire gets back.
Not too big of a deal. Now Fire going to go after these buildings.
And there's the monastery at home.
That's a hole, but TaToH gets that just in time. Actually would have been pretty bad.
Okay, I think a Vil actually walked out of that gate, too. That could have been bad.
Oh, that's actually going forward. Siege Workshop Monastery on the way, Battering Ram as well. And TaToH does reestablish that tower, going to be able to garrison it with a few archers, so going to force some idle time from his opponent. Eagle Warrior upgrade itself is coming in, and the Knights are just going to be trading pretty efficiently with the Eagles anyway.
Yeah, as right now, TaToH just wants as much repair on that castle and as much villager garrison from fire as possible. Oh, fire actually only has 4 vills inside, so it's not firing the full number of arrows.
Nope. But monks are in. Or knights are in. The monk is not quite in just yet. Battering ram still garrisoned in the siege workshop, so that is not going to be sniped by TaToH. But I mean, TaToH's already got his 3 relics in. Oh, and now he's going to start taking some really good fights.
Yeah, I do think it is important just to keep some of those forward vills alive for purposes of securing those relics.
Yeah, now a monk going to come forward to try and take one of his opponents, and I really don't see how Fire can stop this. Eagle's not exactly in position, they don't have squires, and I feel like TaToH is going to be in a really nice spot here to take game number 1.
Yep. Ooh, he puts the relic down to go for a conversion.
Oh.
I think that's a mistake. I think he needs to just run the monk as far back with it as he can.
Yeah.
You're not really going to get many conversions on eagles, are you? He gets 1, and now the monk's out of conversions. Jump in the tower. But he could have had that relic.
Yeah, and we have Fire able to save that monk of his own. Second monk is about to be in. Ram is attacking a palisade wall, not exactly the greatest use of its time.
Yeah.
And now the knights are just going to swamp and kill that battering ram, so the towers are going to stay up here from TaToH, who's still idling his opponent, by the way. Oh, the light cab makes 1 monk snipe. Is that 2?
that
yes,
is
it
big.
is.
That is
Oh man, this
absolutely
is
huge.
so good for TaToH.
And now he has another monk. He's getting the relic. Eagles are chasing the knights, well, he doesn't have another monk. He had the monk that was in the tower getting the relic.
Yep.
And he's on 3 stable knights, and he's just going to power this through with his knights. And as time goes on, he'll probably try to add more of those blacksmith upgrades. That is a lot of eagles out there from fire, but these are going to be Lithuanian knights right now with +3. And
Yeah,
now with
+4,
+4.
got bloodlines, +1 defense. Feel like going for the eagle play just wasn't going to be enough.
This is where TaToH, does he still have a market? He does. This is where you might think of... do you think he
And
wants to
TaToH
go
can
for a
you-
forward castle? He has all that stone he's accumulating.
Yep, and that would likely just knock Fire out of this game number 1.
It would, but it's also a huge risk. Fire does have 20 eagles and climbing. This would need to be a big fight from TaToH to clean that up before the castle could go up.
That's true. It does get a conversion on an eagle warrior, so very nice there for TaToH. Does try and pull it back, and oh, debates the Eagles out of position, so the Monk gets sniped. TaToH's been doing such a brilliant job of keeping those Monk numbers low. Oh, he's now trying to go for the other Monk snipe. I don't... Never mind, he'll get
He
it.
gets it.
Oh my goodness. Now there's going to be the big mop-up on Isle Fire fight.
Yeah, now the Knights are going to clear everything.
Yeah, that's the GG fight.
And there is the GG. So, nice win
Wow.
from TaToH. Great usage of the Civ on this map. 150 food for the early lame. That's how Lithuanians work. The devs made a laming Civ.
Yep.
And great win against the Aztecs.
And that +4 attack rather is just so snowbally, and just, I mean, took an absolutely dominating fight with the Knights, and being up to feudal age 7 minutes faster was pretty nice for TaToH.
That does usually bode well for your chances.
And he'll take game number 1. I mean, and that all just started with Fire getting thrown off because he could not make it to the feudal age. Got all that food lamed and just wasn't even close to clicking up, and was getting pressured additionally. So that's Koala going to TaToH. We will now likely be going to either Mount Kailash or Low Tide. Have to see which one. Meat spin? What? Yeah, the 6 militia. It got like 1 villain feudal age. It's not really that much. Okay, it's going to be going to Low Tide. And here is where I think Fire goes Magyars, and TaToH goes... I don't know. What does TaToH go for here?
Low Tide of... Ooh. Saracens? Poles?
We saw Hera go Saracens on this map, but I don't think that was actually a good Civ pick.
I thought that it worked kind of interestingly as a counter to the Bulgarians. He fell a bit far behind, but afterwards, I think they have a unit composition. If they can get to like good archer numbers, either through crossbow or cav archers, they can get to Mamelukes, I think they're pretty good. And I think they would be good against Berbers or Magyars, which I think Fire would use on this map.
Yeah, definitely. Berbers, I think, are for Mount Kailash. And then Fractal could be Celts, and then Brahmaputra Spanish, and then I think you actually just don't use Chinese.
Yeah, I think this has to be Magyars. I think like those civs for the rest of his maps are locked in.
Yeah.
TaToH, I'm not sure.
His draft is more straightforward.
Like looking into civs, I think it's either Saracens or Poles. Like you need a good scout civ, and that is not really Byzantines, Mayans, or Britons.
You could go Byzantines here and go for like the forward tower trash sort of thing, and then use Poles on Fractal. Mayans.
I think Poles are a good
Britons.
Fractal civ.
Yeah, then I think you can go Mayans or even Britons to counterpick Spanish on Brahmaputra. And then Saracens for Mount Kailash still feels kind of weird.
Yeah, Poles. Looking at it now, Poles are probably Mount Kailash, Byzantines, Fractal, and Saracens this map.
Saracens it is versus Magyars.
Yep.
Yeah, Vivi won the first set. 3-0. Looking good. We saw Hera go for like the super heavy military approach with like a bunch of archers and a bunch of knights, if I recall correctly. Yes, the winner of this will face the Viper in the quarterfinals.
Yeah. I think the question is just how do Saracens survive early men-at-arms from the Magyars? If they can get into the like mid-game with camels, they should be fine.
Yeah, for sure. That extra 10 HP is quite nice. Could go Cav Archers as Saracens as well. Saw Sitaux do that unsuccessfully, but we did see Sitaux do that.
Yeah, they have, I guess, generic but fully upgraded Cav Archers now.
Yep.
No more bonus.
No more +3 versus buildings. Moon pie.
And here we are, Fire in the blue Magyars to the west, TaToH in the red Saracens to the east. And, well, I think the plan pretty clear for Fire. Men-at-Arms into Scouts. TaToH, what's he gonna do with the Saracens?
We did see a fantastic game yesterday on this map with Fire in Winchester. With Fire going for like 8 men-at-arms or something like that.
Well, and we did also see a game between Hera and Jordan where Hera kind of fell behind as the Saracens, but managed to make a comeback and almost managed to push into Jordan, but he just had too many Krepos with the Bulgarians. So
Yep.
well, how is TaToH going to use the market, right? That's always the question for the Saracens. What do they do with their market? Are they going to mine all this stone in the south to sell it?
That could be a pretty reasonable option. I mean, Saracens are at least decent on most maps, because, well, you can use the market pretty much everywhere.
Yep, and they do have faster firing galleys if somehow this becomes a water map. But generally, we have seen players not add in the dock and instead just go for the mill and the shorefish because they're so tight on wood in their early build orders. And this is such an aggressive map, they just go for the men-at-arms right away. But then the other day, MBL started docking, so maybe that could make a comeback.
Yeah, for sure. We will have to see. Horses are just running around. And Fire notably with the forward lumber camp. I wonder if this is indicative of him wanting to go for a very aggressive opening. TaToH with the back lumber camp. Now taking an Elefanto.
So what do you think of this? Fire, use the horse to scout all of the shorefish, while using a goat to scout the wood at the north, whereas TaToH has a horse that might actually steal that goat from Fire.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you necessarily go to the wood line just yet, because, like, why would your opponent be there already? But there is a goat over here.
Yeah, and if we look at the north, kind of an awkward position. There's a one-tile gap on the top right, and then in the middle on the left, there is an entrance to the back area. I always am curious about how that back area gets used, because usually we see players just go straight to the lumber camp, but sometimes there are little pockets you can wall yourself into and be extra safe.
Yeah, we see that sometimes. The actual, like, architecture of the wood lines is pretty random, but I've never really seen it play, like, a super big impact in a game.
Right.
And we got the 4 villagers, and only 3 villagers actually on these box turtles for TaToH. He's got both elephants in right now. Second elephant coming in for Fire.
It is
Pretty
4
early
down there
on.
for fire.
Oh, that's a bit of a doubt lure.
Oh, they are both tyrants, so
Yeah,
might
that's
run
true.
in the team. And my question is, will these players wall off from the coast towards their TC? Because we do see that a lot. It's kind of what TaToH's going for
Well,
here. Yeah,
there
looks
we
like that's
go.
what he's doing. Oh, how did Fire lose that HP on his horse? Did he run into the TC?
TaToH tried to get some quick balls, and it took arrow fire from the TC.
Now, I always got to question players. The TC is in the exact same spot every time on this map, and there's a literal road pointing towards it.
Yep.
But, you know, I do suppose there are no straggler trees around it, so if you don't have the little range... Well, I guess the horse has such a small line of sight that you don't see it even if you have the range mod.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, TaToH looking to go over here to the north. Going to be going up on 20, well, what would be 21 pop normally.
Into low survivalist. Yeah, so this is where things start to get a bit risky if you're defending against the men-at-arms, because you want to move your vills down to the shorefish and over to the other resources and to the north of the map. But when you do that, you start to run out of vills underneath your TC, and men-at-arms can take a nice little jog around those walls to get in.
Very true. And
Scouts
fire's
can
going to
even
go up
do
in
that better.
22 pop, no loom.
Well, you don't have a scout. Might as well not do loom if you see that your opponent doesn't have the barracks.
Yeah, I guess.
It's not like you're gonna. It's not like vills are gonna fight anything. I don't think there are any wolves between his base and the wood line, so
I don't think there are any on this map, if I recall
yeah,
correctly.
so he's fine.
Since
So
you do have
both
villagers
players-
running around everywhere.
Yeah, both players going up to the north to the wood line. I have seen players who just stay in their bases and use the piles of wood, as 2,000 wood does last quite a while.
Yeah.
But TaToH already up, already walled, and Fire will likely be doing the same. Be cute if he took the goat with all those vills and then built the lumber camp, but he's just gonna play standard and not fun.
Yeah. Boring.
Nah, this map has elephants, not boar. And my barracks now for TaToH, just as he's looking up, and we'll probably see scouts from him. Yep, stable. Saracens do have good scouts, even though you might think of them as the archer civ, but scouts have been the dominant unit on this map ever since we got past the Dravidians meta from early on.
Yep, the Dravidians Japanese meta.
Well, Japanese are still just banned every game.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know if they still be used, they're just still banned.
And what on earth is this villager doing from fire?
Wants to get a sneaky tower on TaToH's woodline, but TaToH's gonna see her.
I mean, TaToH's been just marking her movements with the scout, and now it's going to send a spearman forward.
Yep, even has the horse to block her as the spearman goes over, and is gonna try to get a kill on her.
Yeah, so that was perhaps a little ambitious from fire. I think as soon as he saw that the scout was marking the villager, or the horse, same thing.
Well, he might not have seen that. Remember, the horse has more line of sight and can stay away from the vill by quite a large margin, actually. That's not a Korean villager.
It is not. Oh, spearman here, but it is an uphill hit.
Yeah, the spearman getting the poke on that scout is big.
Trying to have some hot hands right there, but alas, the
Can't
horse is
viper
doing a nice
himself.
job blocking.
Villagers can't actually attack the horse, can they?
Yes, they can.
They can? Okay. Because sometimes I see the blocks and I'm like, why isn't the villager attacking the horse? But, ooh, scouts could run into some spearmen here. TaToH,
Ooh.
I think there was a poke
Why?
there? That felt like it
there
was going to
were-
be worse.
Yeah. No, spearmen do not have bonus damage against a horse. Nothing has bonus damage against a horse.
Yeah.
Got 6 fills on wood here and an outpost. Oh, spearmen, and a little bit of a Mr. Pokey poke off, and we have scale barding armor coming in here for fire.
Yeah, remember, he does get that free attack upgrade. Not on gold yet, so no bloodlines anytime soon. He did eventually do loom. Oh, imagine if he walled himself in there and didn't do Loom to go Bloodline Scouts.
That seems incredibly risky. No, trade carts also don't have any armor class.
Now, TaToH moving down to stone. Normally on this map, you see players building lots of towers down on the south, so they can keep taking their shorefish, and also towers at the north, so they can take the wood.
Yep, but this has been a much more passive game than we've seen often on this map, as Fire also with a little bit of idle TC time. And he's invested a fair amount into military. He's now sending 4 villagers forward as well.
And he has the spear in the back, so TaToH scouts shouldn't find any damage on those shorefish villagers.
Yeah, both players just running around right now. Oh, sending some vills over to, I suppose, go over to the wood.
It's a long
Spearmen are
trek
going
over
to chase
there.
away scouts.
Actually, he's going to the gold. Oh, he couldn't take the front gold like he might have wanted to because he walled to it, and now that's being trushed, so he has to go to that back gold. But now that he's on the back gold, that's going to open up the scouts to have an area where they can run around and do some harassment on multiple sides.
TaToH does wall back up on the other side, so at least the scouts won't be able to, like, run in super comfortably. And TaToH also has a villager punching away at the base of this watchtower. TaToH also with the contingency walls coming in on the southern palisade. And once again, TaToH's defense looks pretty immaculate so far.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a mistake from Fire building the tower adjacent to the wall and not behind it further.
Yeah. Should be one tile off.
TaToH could ungarrison one more vill. He does not have fletching, so he only needs 4 inside that tower.
That's true, but Fire gonna have to try and relocate, but, well, TaToH's already got another tower on the way, and that is a misplaced tower. Oh, this is looking really bad for Fire.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be under fire from 2 towers at once now? Yeah.
Also, a lot of idle time. Almost 2 minutes idle TC time for Fire versus 4 seconds for TaToH. Oh, he does get a villager, but all of that idle time really is paying off. Whoa! Huge villager exodus coming in.
They look like they're heading straight to the northeast.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be to do something at this wood line. TaToH has a ton of stone, so he can counter tower it, but does only have 5 vills against the 7... What's that? 7 forward ones from Fire. Fire has more vills down at the south. He's just losing them left and right. He's
he's
10
lost
forward
3
vills
vills
and lost
already.
2.
At least you can't say that Fire isn't committing here.
Yeah, he is very committing.
He's got enough stone for another tower. He's got full upgrades on these scouts. TaToH has to be a bit careful. TaToH only with the forging upgrade.
There he goes. TaToH immediately with the counter tower. His vills are there first, even though he has fewer vills.
Yep. And TaToH just playing this so safe. He's now on his way up to Castle Age, and I feel like this is going to be very difficult for Fire to accomplish a whole lot. The scouts are going to be an ever-present threat to Fire. He has to be very careful with his villagers.
Fire's horse also blocking his villagers, so his tower isn't going to go up as fast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, oh, look at that.
Ooh.
He forced the tower up, and he's thinking, TaToH's out of stone, I'll build another tower, and it's going to be sneaky. But TaToH can also just make another counter tower to that.
But TaToH doesn't have any wood. And remember his game versus Vinchester on Quebrada de Cafiate.
He's 0 on
where,
wood.
Where
Hey.
Vinch just was not able to collect any wood.
And you know what? Even if he counter towered, that would take. He doesn't have enough vills. That would take the vills out of this one.
Yep.
But he is up to the castle age. He does no longer have a pile of wood in the back of his base. He does have one at the front, but that's a lot of scouts from Fire to deny TaToH's ability to take that wood. He will need to get some camels out as soon as he's up to clear the scouts, doing bloodlines now. That's 6 spearmen out in the south from Fire. That's enough, 7 even. That's enough to deal with some early castle or the camels if they come out and TaToH has to get to that wood.
Oh, but TaToH's scouts coming over here, and the tower's a little exposed, and now the villagers are under threat.
Yeah.
Oh, what a really nice play there from TaToH with his scouts now fire trying to rush back over. And he is about to click up to the castle age, to be fair. And Saracens, I don't really care if they have to be buying wood. I mean, they're Saracens.
true.
They have the good market.
And it looks like fire will keep that tower up. Now, the key isn't necessarily to win the tower fight so much as it is just to make sure TaToH doesn't collect wood.
Because there's literally 0 wood that TaToH can take right now. 0 vills on that resource, but his army costs food and gold, and, you know, he can sell the stone at the market. And camel here.
Camel there already.
What on earth is this tower fire?
Yeah, if there's one thing scouts can't fight, it's camels.
Yeah. There are 9 spearmen, though.
And they're not by the towers, though, and that's where they need to be.
Very true. Husbandry coming in for TaToH, also going to be quite helpful. I have no idea what this tower is supposed to do for fire. Okay, gets the quick wall in right there.
No, he doesn't. Oh, there he does. But
close, but no cigar. Oh, but he can hunt Harrison on the other side.
well, he can when that ostrich isn't blocking.
Yeah. And TaToH still can't take wood. 50 seconds away from Castle Age is fire right now, and he is down a lot. 3 minutes idle TC time in Feudal Age is really rough.
And down by 6 vills right now. No horse collar either.
Yep.
And now the question is, how does he deal with camels? His spearmen will get that free second blacksmith upgrade. So will the knights, but can he go knights against camels? As the camels are about to get it on his gold, he does get the quick walls up. He needs to get the other side.
Yeah, not really going to be able to do that too comfortably. Now, the camels aren't the greatest rating units in the world. Pikeman upgrade comes in instantly for fire. And spearmen are getting some pretty nice pokes in on those camels. But still, villager goes down.
Yeah, losing a vill to camel is never something you want.
Oh, TaToH was trying to escape with some villagers of his own, and those all got picked off.
Oh, that they did by those ostriches in the north. He's trying to send more back there now. But
yeah.
Fire somewhat bringing the vills back. It's 37 to 41.
Yeah, that's not too bad for fire. But TaToH's at 9 camels right now, and that's pretty darn good.
Pretty darn good, but can't fight pikemen. He has mobility, but he needs something to deal with the pikemen.
But I think TaToH's going to be able to get this town center up without any real issue. Oh, but those camels take a lot of pokes.
Yeah. Gets it up because he was focusing on the camels.
Yeah, more vills going forward. Fire needs to recognize that TaToH's doing something.
Oh, wait, TaToH has vills at the bottom that are being attacked by scouts.
Oh, he deleted the walls. Oh, and I think that tower might not be in range.
It's not. He's not going to attack it because there are camels nearby. But he's going to go straight for the stone where there's nothing to garrison.
And the villager count has now been evened up by fire. Oh my god, he missed the town center with his knights. That's so unlucky.
Oh, he did. That would have changed things. But another couple vills going down on that stone mine. It's the power of those Magyar scouts. But not too much because the camels were right there to clean it up. So great job by TaToH to bring the camels back just in time to save his stone from being massacred. Tower race on the front again, and here comes some knights. And TaToH has to retreat. But I have to question how effective the knights are going to be now that all those camels are out.
Yeah, I mean, like Magyars, they like going for their cavalry. Can't really destroy that TC right now, though, fire. Just too many villagers that can garrison. And that's a lot of camels from TaToH with Saracens.
But remember, TaToH doesn't have any of the attack upgrades for the TC, so these knights can think about sitting under it for a bit if they had one more armor. And even without it, there's not enough vills there to fire too many arrows.
I mean, Fire does have a 1 villager lead right now. TaToH now also has a ton of idle TC time as he's just struggling for any income that isn't gold and stone.
Well, he's Saracens. That's all he needs as long as he has the market, right?
But it does get pretty expensive pretty quickly. I mean, the wood's already at 125 gold for 100 wood.
Oh, yeah. Well, he is bringing in a relic now, and that should help him out. And he does have a few monks. That is a unit that costs only gold,
And he's got 2 relics in, actually, right now. Fire adds in TC number 2, and TaToH can afford a castle. We could see some cutters. And nice fight there for TaToH as well. Getting Sanctity. And here we go. Of course, Fire will spot this instantly. That's not too many villagers.
I mean, there are a lot of camels near it too. And oh boy, the
Yeah,
camels are
I
coming
guess
in.
you
I
don't
think
really
these
have a
vills from
whole-
Fire are not in a good spot.
I think they are in what you would call a bad spot.
This is quite the pickle.
Indeed, as TaToH now bringing in relic number 3, looking really strong right now in game number 2. Yeah, all those vills are going to get absolutely annihilated. TaToH's going to have that castle up, and with the power of Saracens, is just able to balance his eco and deal with the fact that he has so much less food and wood income, just able to mine gold and stone.
Yeah, TaToH has a tower on the gold and is aware of the need to repair his palisades. Monk will come out from Fire, but there's a tower there already. And now, yeah, relic number 3 just being put in the monastery, and TaToH has his own monks already. Saracen monks will be better than those Magyar ones.
And no husbandry or +2 defense in yet for Fire. He's trying to add in that 3rd TC, but I mean, Saracens just having good camels. 45 kills to 25 deaths in favor of TaToH as well. He is looking really strong right now.
I'm hoping we see some Mamelukes from that castle.
I do too.
If you want to counter knights, that's how you do it. Maybe not against the monks, though, but against the knights.
Yep. Herbal
Easy
medicine!
herbal.
Gonna heal up those injured camels. Actually, there are a lot of camel HP that was...
I would say that's nice, but he already has 2 monks there to heal them.
Yeah. Well,
It
it'll
could've
be
just
faster.
been, like, redemption.
Also, those, 10 camels have 27 kills on them.
The monk refund tech actually would be good here.
Oh, Madrasa?
Yeah.
I mean, there are worse things out there.
It's absolutely crucial if you wanted to do the Lion and the Demon Pacifist. I might be the only one who's ever actually found a use for the tech, but that was it.
There you go. But yeah, TaToH now gonna have that 2nd castle up. Is pretty far ahead economically. Fire just losing all of those forward vills, not really something you can easily recover from.
He has to long distance mine some gold at the north. Doesn't really have his vills under control there.
Yeah. I mean, the army value is slightly in favor of Fire, who has 9 monks, by the way. But just, having a few towers to defend here and there does TaToH. And TaToH's also going to be dropping a forward castle here in just a second. He's got a bunch of monks over here. And even some Mamelukes are on the way. Don't mind me before Bosaw tell me you're Saracens without telling me.
Now that is a forward castle, and there's no way that goes up. Right?
Are you too sure about that?
Neither player has atonement, so the monks are just gonna stand there.
Yeah.
Here come a couple, or a knight and a scout. Their conversions are in. The camels can't come with the pikemen. The monks have used all their monk juice, and the vills are...
Oh, more
two
vills
knights.
coming forward. Atonement on the way
Here's a
for
Mameluke,
TaToH.
though.
He does have a Mameluke.
He's building a counter castle. Needs to focus the
these
vills, though. Some of them are
monks
weak.
almost have their faith back. But the castle is at 70% and counting, and it feels like Fire just doesn't have enough over here. He's getting a little bit of raiding done at the south of TaToH, and Fire's actually ahead by 7 vills right now, but this castle is simply going to go up, and Fire's is not. He's going to need to delete that. And that is just not super ideal. TaToH now way ahead.
And he somehow gets that castle up, and that means it's time for forward Mamelukes if he gets the production going. He does have 3 castles, and right now just 1 who's doing some raiding. TaToH now he's within 5 villas, and he has all the map control, all the military control, and this castle is just so deadly for Fire.
Yeah, it's like right in the middle of all of his production. It's denying a bunch of farms, a lot of idle villagers right now for Fire, and his food income is just, pretty terrible. I mean, so is TaToH's, but TaToH's just been buying stuff all game at the market. TaToH almost has more stone gathered than wood gathered.
Well, that happens if you play Saracens, right?
Yeah, on a map that has a ton of stone.
And he's adding some ranges in the back. Do you think he goes for arbs or for cav archers?
Oh, TaToH? I think you can justify either. I think he can go for a lot of different things right now. And the ram coming in like that, just really make sure that your opponent cannot get a castle up. And Fire really does need to delete that. Stone price is pretty cheap. Okay, yeah, he does delete it. So buying 200 stone to get another castle, or get a castle rather, shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Yeah. Part of me thinks TaToH could have tried to meme there a bit by going for a couple petards, keeping them in the castle, and then try to ungarrison them when Fire isn't looking to get the delete. And if he does get it, you can still go for the TC.
Oh, man. That's not letting your memes be dreams right there. 4 monks here for TaToH. I mean, the populations are pretty much even, but resources pretty far ahead collected for TaToH, even though it's mostly gold and stone. And just having that strong forward position, he has the better army by a lot. Ram's still alive. It's not like there's a defensive mangonel, and now the villagers are forced to flee as that starting TC is about to go down.
Yep, and there it goes, and those camels still getting some more raids is... Oh, thank you, John Slow, for the raid. We have been getting lots of monks in these games today.
Yeah, I mean, the TC is going to do a lot of damage here, but Fire doesn't have one of those army things. Oh, yeah. Why not? TaToH going to be on 4 castles soon. Fire buying a few hundred stone for another one, but I don't think it's going to be able to range villagers building that castle from TaToH. And this, again, is just denying more farming space. Fire really not with a ton of it gathered this game. And Fire just can't make any army right now. He's got, I guess, a decent wood and gold income, but it's not like he has the production to go cav archers, and TaToH already has 11 of them anyway.
Yeah, and when that castle goes up, that's going to be about 900 wood invested into farms that Fire won't be able to take. He's moving everything to the north of the map. But TaToH now with the light cav upgrade. Another upgrade we've been seeing a lot in this tournament, and he's going to look to do some raiding with those light cav. Also try to pick off those monks.
Yep. And I don't really think he should have any difficulty doing it. Fire building another town center, trying to do his best MBL impersonation. But, I mean, he can't even afford constant TC production easily.
And then another castle.
Another one.
Well, that's what happens. You see TaToH buying stone at that Saracen's market, and he's continuing to mine stone in the south. And you know TaToH, he likes his out-of-the-box strategies. He definitely saw the potential of Saracens with all of the stone on this map.
Yeah, just really using the market. And Fire calls GG, just doesn't have an army, and TaToH 1 game away from knocking Fire out of the tournament and moving on to the quarterfinals to face his teammate Viper.
Well, after lots of 3-2 series, we're now on the brink of having 2-3-0 series, as TaToH is looking to close things out.
Yes, he is. Have to see if Fire can try and pull a reverse sweep, but that is going to be very difficult.
Yeah. And again, that's Saracens being the last picked civ for TaToH, and Magyars being a fairly high pick for Fire there. And hello, Master of the Templar AoE.
And that is Low Tide going to TaToH. That is Saracens over Magyars. And now I feel like we're going to Mount Kailash. And Fire seems to be pretty comfortable on that map, so... We'll see, we'll see.
That he does. I will be back in just 1 minute.
No problemo. And if it is going to be Mount Kailash, Berbers make a ton of sense for fire. TaToH, I think it's a bit more awkward. Maybe you could go Mayans on Fractal and then go Poles here? I mean, cavalry civs in general tend to do well on Mount Kailash. But yeah, let's see if Fire can take some games or if TaToH is going to give us our second sweep of the day. But yeah, thank you so much everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Hope you're all enjoying the games. I mean, RMS Cup has just given us so many great sets. But remember, there are 2 more sets tomorrow. It's going to be ACCM versus Dark and Jordan versus Doubt. I am pretty sure I will be casting that with Dave. It's 60 right now. Mondage. It's 15.5 degrees Celsius. In Tyranny units. Yeah, I know it's super hot in Europe right now, but it's actually relatively chilly here, or pleasant. Weather's been pretty nice recently. Uh-oh, it's the map that shall not be named. The mega heat wave is over. Your asphalt's not melting. That's good to hear. Only 30. That's like 80 degrees, isn't it? 86. Well, you're from Brazil, aren't you? I am Butolio, if I recall correctly. Oh, interesting. Neither player picking a civ that I would have thought.
Alright, so it's the map that shall not be named that gets censored.
You're from Texas, but lived in... I tried.
Byzantines? Chinese? I guess they make sense on this map. Byzantines I'm a bit more curious about, but Chinese, okay.
Like, this is a very mobility-centric map.
Well, Chinese can definitely be mobile there.
Yes.
Their camels will be better than those Byzantine ones. Oh, thank you, race car driver, for the sub. But the same could be said about Berbers, heading on Berbers.
Yep. Yeah, it's Mount Kailash.
Yeah, the Mount Kailash, which the game decides is going to be censored. At least in the spectator dashboard.
Yep. No, in-game as well.
Oh, in-game, really? Well, I guess Capture Age has the good sense not to censor it, at least.
Yeah, I don't really know why this would be a swear word map. No idea.
I also don't know why taunts were censored.
Yeah, that's true.
When it first came out, so. Well, it's not a water map, so we won't see any nice docks.
Nope. The map is Mount Kailash. As we are seeing here in game number 3 of this best of 5, we're going to have Fire in the red as the Chinese to the west of the map, tournament life on the line and all that stuff. And to the east, in the blue, as the Byzantines will be TaToH.
Now, we have seen the middle actually being used a couple of times, but usually it's when someone already has won the game. I'm wondering if TaToH with Byzantines has some type of plan for using the relics in the middle.
Well, we saw Vivi do work with Byzantines in the last set, so we'll have to see. But what makes Chinese feel like a pretty strange pick on this map is that you have less food to start with. You know, you only have 5 water buffalo, 2 ibex to push. Oh, they did switch colors here. I'll keep the colors
right.
consistent.
TaToH in the red, fire in the blue.
Yeah,
Have some fire blue.
Yep.
Oh gosh. Hey, do you know what fire blue is?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to know.
Sounds good.
Anyway,
I know what blue fire is.
Fire's gonna be pushing in that ibex under his TC, and if you're the Chinese, you really want to get those hunt animals at the start so you can keep your vil production going. Sometimes the buffalo or the herdables aren't quite enough if they're not right under your TC.
Yep. And well, I mean, 32 seconds idle TC. It's not the perfect Dark Age for Chinese. It's not terrible.
It's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
I mean, it's only 7 seconds after Loom, right? You're always gonna, or
Yeah.
Never mind. Loom's not counted in the idle TC time. I was thinking it
No,
was
but
for a second.
you're guaranteed to have idle TC time on a standard map.
Oh yeah.
You just cannot get the food fast enough. That's why those shorefish maps make Chinese super OP. Anyway, what's interesting is that Byzantines and Chinese, they do have mobility options, but they're civs that are more known for their archers and infantry. Now, we could see some crazy forward stuff on this map. We've seen it before.
So the crazy forwards tend to be when both players mill the same side. Fire has the advantage that TaToH has milled first, so if he scouts properly, he can decide to mill the same side or to mill the opposite side.
I don't think he'll be able to scout, though. Also, I like through the fog of war, you just see the monument in the middle. It's like everything else is a black void. You just see the monument. It's like the like I've been watching Stranger Things recently just for the first time, and it's like the upside down world, you know, where it's like everything's just black except for like the one thing that you're looking at. Exactly the same. I'm sure some people in chat will get that.
Oh, TaToH, with the early mill, that will help his food income. Only has 3 vills out there and hasn't walled it in. Now, these vills are extremely vulnerable, of course, because if you want to wall them in, you gotta go all the way around those shallows. You can't quick wall because of the shallows. So, do you think the 3 vills there instead of 4 is because he might want to retreat from it later instead of holding it?
It is an interesting decision.
Fire.
We have Loom now coming in for TaToH, looking to go for a very fast uptime. 0 seconds idle TC. Quite nice.
Well, he did go to the shorefish pretty early, so I think he was planning on this build. It is with Byzantine's 19 pop, which is a civ that does not have an eco bonus. Hopefully he knows very well what he's doing, because it is hard to get some early aggression going without an eco bonus. It'll be hard to afford both the barracks and whatever buildings he wants to do.
Yeah, like getting the actual like trash units out is nice and cheap with Byzantines, but you still need a fair amount of early investment, right? You need to get the barracks, get the archery range, and especially if you're going forward with villagers, you just have that much more difficult of a time. It's not like you can't do it with Byzantines, it's just something that you need to have a nice clean Dark Age for, and it could be a bit tricky because you just have less food on this map.
And he's going for some walls, and again, that does take up quite a bit of resource. He does have the barracks. Looks like his wood count will be okay. Now, the shorefish villagers will definitely help him out with this build. They will collect that food super fast.
Indeed they will. And Fire, meanwhile, going up on 23 pop with Chinese. TaToH taking a page out of the Ornlu book of play, running into the TC.
And 23 pop with the Chinese is still a pretty good build for the Chinese. And after that initial 32 seconds, no extra idle time. Sometimes after getting that second or third Vil, you might get a few extra seconds as you're force dropping food, but very clean from fire.
Yes, for sure. And in resources collected, you can see that fire is around 200 ahead right now, thanks to the power of Chinese.
And here we see that barracks on the shallows as TaToH is trying to make another dock, and he's going for scouts. So Byzantine
another
scouts
dock.
and spearmen.
Wow, TaToH doing quite the build.
Doing a mill on the shorefish.
There we go.
I mean, can you chop the bamboo in the middle?
Yeah, of course.
So if you do take the shorefish and chop that, is there room for a dock?
No, it's only 2 tiles.
Oh, all right.
Or no, wait, because you can have one on the beach terrain. So I think
Yeah,
there
that's
is
what I'm
exactly
thinking.
enough room for a dock.
Yeah. So Fire would have to put that defensive tower on his shorefish if he wants to keep taking them, and it looks like he does.
But he's
But at
going
the
to
same-
lose a Vil
At
to
the
this
same time-
really clean early game from TaToH.
Yeah, well, if TaToH knows how to play Byzantines, right? He's going for the forward, he has the spears out, and even getting some more HP off that scout. He just needs to be so careful not to dive that spearman.
Yep, scout number is still really low, and that means like just taking as few pokes as possible is just that much more important. Horse collar even coming in, so TaToH able to get his good eco upgrades going. But he is going to have his double mill play with a few villagers on each pond.
Oh, but these walls aren't going to be finished for Fire. TaToH's going to get in with the scouts.
And that's
And
a
with the
lot of
spearmen.
resources and villager time that is essentially wasted because, as we all know, your walls are only as strong as their weakest hole.
And-
Scouts
oh,
might be able to
fire.
snipe the walling villager on the right, and it will be spotted by TaToH, but there is a spearman to help out, so the villager will be saved for the time being. And now Fire, with over 2 minutes idle TC time, he is down 3 villagers.
And that's not where you want to be with the Chinese, and part of it is just he wasn't early enough on that tower around this little shrine there, and TaToH was fast enough up on 19 pop to catch him off guard there.
Exactly, and now Fire, he just has some spearmen. It's just not the most impressive army in the world. Like, yeah, I mean, TaToH also has more spearmen than he does scouts, but
Yeah,
TaToH with a much cleaner
he wants to
economy.
dive. He's aware and he's walling. Yeah, but the thing is, TaToH is walled out, can't really do too much more damage. There's a tower on those shorefish now, so Fire is stabilized a bit. And I have seen Fire make some comebacks on this map before when he was down in Vils.
That's true. Oh, Spearman, nice movement there from Fire, able to pick off a scout. But when all is said and done, TaToH is going to be ahead by 3 villagers. Only 11 seconds idle TC time for him. Fire just now going over to the gold, and resources collected has now flipped back in favor of our red player.
Yeah, TaToH adding in the archery range and the mining camp has the perfectly placed 8 farms around the TC. And his eco is just as well set up as he wants it to be. I feel like everything has gone exactly as he could have wanted with his game plan. And we'll see
Yep.
how heavy he commits to that archer skirmisher mixture he's going for.
We will see. But, I mean, the Castle Age times are likely to be pretty similar for the 2 players. Just TaToH a little bit ahead in most respects right now. The Spearmen aren't exactly going to be the greatest offensive unit in the world. We have 1 archery range at home for TaToH. We still don't have that second building from Fire. Blacksmith now coming in for TaToH as well. Okay, not stable. He's
I do
going
have
on
to
to
wonder-
stone.
Yeah, I do have to wonder though, Fire did have to commit to that defensive tower. How is he going to get that stone back as he goes up to castle, right? I think that's what that mining camp might be. It might just be mining stone to get the TCs out.
Yeah, and Fire idling his TC a little bit again. Not exactly what you want. I don't think TaToH's going to want to invest in fletching before he clicks up to Castle Age. I think he can afford to be a little bit greedy. He knows that Fire has, like, no offensive presence on the map right now.
Yep. TaToH just a bit slow in gold, doesn't have the market down, so we'll need to hold off just a bit to mine some.
And he's going to accumulate a little bit of idle time as well. Even get the gold mining upgrade. And Fire is just a hair faster to Castle Age.
No, the thing is, with all of the Byzantine spearmen out, it's difficult to get that immediate push with the knights when you hit the Castle Age for a power spike. There's no range, so no crossbowmen here for Fire.
Yeah, and, you know, he's just gonna kind of keep on expanding his walls, make sure he's well enough defended. He's got 6 fills on gold. And I guess he just wants to go double stable knights, but this just doesn't feel like the absolute strongest play in the world.
Maybe not. TaToH did invest into a couple of archers to defend from those spears, and will be keeping his villager alive. Even has an extra spear just to poke at that scout.
Yeah, no blacksmith up at all for Fire. He just has the stable market. It's always good to have a stable market. You don't want it to be fluctuating too much. Good for investment.
Yep. From that earlier pressure, though, TaToH still, it's only a 1-0 eco KD. Damage is just from idle time on Fire's TC.
Exactly, and TaToH's going to be able to go back up to the Shorefish, and TaToH additionally has like a 500 resources collected advantage right now, so just ahead in pretty much every way, which when you're Byzantines against Chinese, that's pretty massive. But yeah, not having a blacksmith is kind of painful. Okay, Fire can just go double TC if he wants to.
Yeah, he has mined enough stone for it.
Maybe a
Putting down
TC. One. Oh, he's gonna struggle to find a good place to place the town center.
He'll get it on wood and stone. Not the worst. TaToH adding in a TC of his own, both with a TC and a monastery immediately. So remember, on this map, monk technologies only can be researched at the monument in the center, not at your own monastery. And that's at the expense of time you could be spending training relics. TaToH sending a camel to ascend Mount Kailash, adding in a monastery at home. Could he be going for that relic cart? He has a lot of vills on gold. There's 9. There's the monument.
Oh.
There it is.
And there it is.
And he's playing Mount Kailash like it's meant to be played. Has it been common to go for the relics? No, it has not. Only basically when you've already won the game. Herrick kind of had a useful situation against Jordan where he was ahead, but it was still a long ways to go, so he was able to amass 7 relics. But yeah, TaToH's going for it. I kind of want to see a forward vill at the top for a monastery there, just to not have to walk back and forth all the time. But
there's the third TC, and well, we could be set up for a pretty long game. Both players taking the more macro-centric approaches. TaToH going with some Byzantine camels. Fire just with 4 knights, focusing mostly on the monk production right now.
Yeah.
And Beal got
I
12
think
relics.
Yeah, this might be why... Oh, even doing fervor so he can walk up and down the slope faster with the monk.
Yep.
So I think this might be why he picked Byzantines, because he knew that he'd be able to defend with cheap camels and have a cheap unit so he could boom while still amassing those relics. And he has 14 vills on gold now. That is relic producing time.
Oh yeah. And that can just really help you out over the course of a game. Remember, there are no other relics on this map.
Fervor and Sanctity, okay. Doing the monk upgrades. Oh, as Fire's going to ascend, and if he gets there, he'll actually cancel the upgrade. TaToH needs to move that spear closer to the mountain. Oh, no, Fire's going to turn around and fight camels. Oh, he was so close to canceling it.
And it's a matter of, are the camels focusing the knights or the spearmen, but turns out camels are good units.
They beat both when there's no upgrades on the knights.
Yeah, no upgrades on the knights versus +1/+1 does help a fair bit.
Here comes Fire. Here's monks ascending Mount Kailash too, and he wants to fight for relics maybe. But TaToH's there ahead of him. That spear could be converted.
The sphere
TaToH
gets
can't-
converted, but you'd rather convert the camels.
Yeah, but TaToH can't have the camels run away because then he'll lose control of the monument.
You only get your normal monk techs. So, for instance, Chinese are going to have everything except for heresy and redemption, and Byzantines are going to have everything except herbal medicine.
Poor Chinese, no more redemption.
Nope, but they have block printing. Not that useful
Yeah,
without redemption.
not useful without redemption. And redemption itself was great for the Chinese because it was cheaper.
Yep.
They go from being a very good monk save to not monk save, sadly.
I mean, you can still use your monks in like situations where you're up against like a lot of cavalry or something like that. I mean, it's not like they have the worst
yeah, but
monks in the
special
world.
about them now.
Yeah. Who won the $4,000 map contest? Everybody who won a map. Each map won was $400. But we got a couple camels here for fire, and he has enough stone for a castle. He's on 4 TCs. He's macroing up a storm.
And well, this should be relic number 2 for TaToH that's about to pop out now. He needs to keep his monk moving.
Yeah, the monk's got to stay in shape. Got to get that exercise in. And where's this castle going to be from fire? Now TaToH adds in TC number 4. Pikemen coming in for fire.
Yeah, and the cheaper imp from Byzantines means they can kind of get away with a greedy boom because they don't get stuck in the castle age like other civs do. So booming while collecting relics. This is the new strategy.
Yep. Got some light cav now running in here from TaToH. Got husbandry +1 and +1. Pikemen are on the way. And scale mail armor, so forward barracks. Fire wants to go with some actual late castle age pressure.
Yeah, and the difficult thing for TaToH will be he'd been investing into camels, which are countered by pikemen and monks.
Indeed they are. One bill with snipe from TaToH, which is nice for him, I guess. Forces a little bit of vital time. More range is coming in for TaToH. He's going to make that switch over into Arbs, and with that market coming in, he's also going to be able to click up to Imperial Age soon. But Fire has enough resources to easily drop a forward castle, and could come in with a second one as well.
Oh, I think TaToH messed up his shift queue and didn't pick up the relic with the monk when he was intending to.
Oh, that's
The
awkward.
monk's just going to walk back without the relic. I thought he took one step towards it and turned away. That's just
Oh no! Oh, big fight happening right here, but the monk control from Fire is
it's going to be
pretty
a castle
good.
race.
There's only 5 villagers building this castle. And Light Cav are coming in for the monk snipes. Now, Fire does not have any monk upgrades, so all those guys are going down, and oh my god, that was not a good fight for Fire.
That was really good for TaToH, and he'll get his castle up. Even if he loses a few vills in the process, Fire has to
Oh
retreat. He'll
no,
probably lose those.
Fire! Oh, that hurts so much.
And that's 72% of the castle. That's a lot of stone, and this is one more relic for TaToH. That'll be his third, and he still has another one being queued, just about to pop out.
Another castle
goes
coming in
there.
here from Fire, but TaToH's going to make sure that the forward castle never goes up.
And Byzantines, the Civ, I think, are better than Chinese in the late game.
Yeah. It'll be tough for Chinese for sure. Ballistics on the way. Now, the one thing that TaToH was not able to do was get to the Imperial Age. So he's still kind of stuck in Castle Age right now.
But he is biz. He can just stop Vil production and click up whenever he wants, basically. He has the gold, and he has 3 relics generating gold. Another misclick is he selected a monk with his villagers. He's now ascending
Oh no,
hunted
TaToH!
with the relic.
This guy's such a noob.
He's gonna put a castle there. Just put the monastery up there, TaToH. Stop walking back and forth.
Yeah, gonna focus on that long-term gold income. TaToH totally able to play this one patiently, and he's going to be around 30 seconds slower to the Imperial Age. And the thing for Fire is that he doesn't really have a lot going for him militarily. TaToH has a clean transition over into Arbalest. He's going to ram down that forward castle just to super make sure it doesn't go up. And I guess more stables coming in, but this just doesn't feel like the strongest thing in the world. Bloodline, scaleboarding armor, husbandry.
Did that castle go down or was it deleted?
Not sure.
Oh, TaToH building lots of watchtowers on top of the hill.
Oh my goodness. We've seen this before. But Camel Arb seems to be the army comp for TaToH. Going to be very strong with Byzantines. I guess trying to go for like some light cav raids, but nah, even the monk survives on 1 HP.
Oh, that's a clutch monk. With that sanctity he did at the trade workshop in the middle.
Yep.
Saved the monk. At least for the moment until one of those light cav garrisons and finishes him off. That's a very forward workshop from TaToH.
You could say it's pretty aggressive, you know, within the sight of his enemy starting town center. But no Hussar for Chinese, of course. And TaToH just has a big army. He's going to go focus on camels and archers. Can do both. You have lots of gold income right now. This map has a fair amount of gold on it to sort of mitigate the fact that it's hard to get relics. And there's guard tower coming in. I mean, I do love this from TaToH. You can just secure so many relics over the course of a game. Yeah, TaToH is definitely out-strategizing Fire and has been doing a nice job deflecting the aggression and been able to go for those counterpunches. And, you know, TaToH had a really close set against Mr. Yo. So it's
And
not
he's
like
on 6
horribly
relics.
surprising. Yeah, Fire is just making trash units right now, which is always a little bit sad when you have tons of gold in the bank.
Especially when you're fighting Byzantines.
Yeah.
But at this
I
point,
mean, Chinese do
TaToH
have good trash, but Byzantines are
They do.
kind of a step above.
Yeah, I like how TaToH's playing this, though. He's putting just a little bit of pressure with those forward siege workshops, but at the same time, he's building his castles back in his base to defend his base. He's not going too aggressive to the point where he might throw a castle. He's just defending his base, and he knows that the more relics he gathers, the better position he'll be in late game.
Yeah, he's
He
already
just
at
keep
6.
making
Number
them.
7 coming in. Onager now on the way for Fire. Byzantines get bombard cannons, though, and monks with redemption and block printing.
What units can Fire even go for? I think Chinese Byzantines is a difficult matchup late game for Chinese.
I think Chukonu, Light Cav, Onager is probably your best bet.
Yeah, but even still, your onagers get converted, your Chukonu get skirmed, and your light cav get halbed. Or heavy camel did.
Yeah, I mean, Byzantines have answers to everything. The issue for them usually is just that they don't have the economy. But with 7 relics right now, that's
You know,
pretty darn good.
I think in this tournament, players have been finding ways to get around those economic disadvantages by using those cheaper camels. There's a lot of maps where players want to go for the mobility of knights, but the Byzantine camels seem to have been doing a decent job of countering that.
Oh, Byzantines have an absolutely insane win rate in this tournament. So
Yeah. Especially for hybrid maps too, where they're also a good water sieve. And for those, even the Ring of Reeds, they're a great arena sieve too. They can clown.
they can clown with the best of them.
Ram
Anyway,
push the barrel.
TaToH will spot out the Onager upgrade, so he's going to need to be careful with his Arbalests. He doesn't have any bombard cans right now, but he does have one on the way.
He does have more relics on the way. Remember, 3 of them pay for themselves, and when you have 4+, you're profiting off of them. So he's about to get his 8th. Monasteries can hold 10, so once he gets to that 10th, he'll need another monastery.
We saw that from MBL. I mean, that's a nice little light cap raid from Fire. Both players are maximum population, and Fire's done a good job of at least stalling the game. The issue is that his army composition is just significantly weaker than that of his opponents.
And his opponent has 8 relics.
And Fire with 157 villagers. You can make that work, but it's still going to be pretty rough. Capped Rams now coming in, 2-man saw, gold shaft mining for TaToH.
He does have 6 onagers. He could get one big onager shot and maybe clean arbs. TaToH does still have to pay attention. He hasn't won this game yet.
No, and the onagers can easily clean up rams, and there's only one bombard cannon.
Yep. Remember, no siege engineers for the Byzantines. So those onagers can push into that cannon a bit because it only has 12 range instead of 13.
It's one of the effectively 9 techs that they miss. Like, technically they miss 11 techs, but the 2 of those are masonry and architecture, so
yeah,
I wouldn't really count that against them.
Already. Well, they missed the armor from those. Oh, he gets the cannon.
Yeah, but
one
that's a lot of dead
left.
onagers. And when all is said and done, there is, like, no army right now for Fire. He's got lots of resources because he's on 147 villagers right now, but this is just so rough for him. And TaToH just big chilling here in the middle, making relics all day long. He's got 9 of them.
And he's bringing in the 10th.
Now we've got Cavalier coming in for TaToH. And Elite Cataphract.
You can
Yeah,
go
why not?
Paladin
You've got
and
resources.
Cataphract.
I love all these outposts here as well. Byzantines with free town patrols, just seeing so much of what your opponent is doing.
Yep. I think, does that hit the maximum of 20 line of sight for an outpost with Town Watch and Town Patrol?
I believe it's 19.
It's 19, okay. You need the
I think you need to be
bonus then for
Ethiopians.
that full
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, guys, the maximum line of sight for a building in this game is 20. So
Or
Ethiopians,
for any unit, not just a building, it is 20.
yeah, for any unit. That's why, like Timurid Siegecraft, trebuchets don't get quite the extra line of sight that they should. That's why Ethiopian outposts don't quite get the extra line of sight that they should once the town patrol comes in. Yeah, arrow slits and logistica coming in. TaToH is just, he's living large, man. He needs another monastery to harbor more relics. Wait, he has to already have a second one. He has 10 relics garrisoned right now. 9 in one monastery.
Yep, he does, right in the back.
Oh, yes, there is. TaToH's Mansa Musa? Yeah, pretty much. Anyway,
Yeah.
Fire is kind of dying a painful death right now. Keep coming in for TaToH.
And Byzantines are scary enough with their trash units, but if they have enough gold to add in cataphracts with their army, then they get really scary.
Yeah, Cataphract Arb is not an easy armor composition to deal with. Will TaToH drop a wonder? That would be pretty BM. 11 relics. Trying to beat MBL's record of 12. Murder holes, guilds. TaToH trying to go for the tech victory.
Needs to just click all the buttons.
Yep.
You know, I've been doing that more recently with university techs because they're kind of cheap and they're only food and wood. You just, when you see you're floating them, you just click them.
Yep, that's what you should be doing.
Stuff like fortified wall, even murder holes.
Yeah,
I know
I mean,
it's
if you
100
have the
stone, but-
resources. Oh, Cataphract's looking to dive bomb those onagers. No handcart, yeah. Murder holes before handcart. Classic. More cataphracts on the way. Of course, the tough thing for Byzantines is that their siege is pretty not very good. So,
And there is the GG from Fire, and
yep. DL next. Of course, these guys are former
Rio
teammates,
sweeps.
and double 3-0 today.
Well, very well played from TaToH. Looked very dominant and had some very clear game plans with his civs for every map.
Yep. Very clear gameplay, and Viper versus TaToH, Masters Arena 5 Grand Finals rematch and NAC2 Finals rematch.
And
Good
let's see, so it's
stuff.
win for the best civ in the game, the Byzantines, loss for the Saracens. And so, what do you think of the games we have coming up tomorrow then? We'll have Jordan and TaToH first. What do you think of that?
I think Doubt 3-2 over Jordan.
I think TaToH 3-0 over Jordan.
But Jordan just 3-0 Doubt.
Never TaToH.
Never Doubt. And what about ACCM versus Dark?
I think that might be 3-0 ACCM.
Yeah, I think that might be the case. But we shall have to see. Thank you for joining me, T West. Was a really
Always
fun
pleasure.
day today, especially that first set.
Yeah, those was it was not a the closeness of those games was not reflected in the score of the series, but that was a very fun series to watch.
Yeah, this one was definitely a bit more dominant from TaToH, but we still had some fun games.
Yep. Anyway, thanks for casting with me. I'm gonna head off, and I'll see you later.
See ya.
How did my call go, Discord? Went well. So we'll go find someone to raid. Oh, and thank you, Mr. Bull, for the follow. Vivi has faced some really good players throughout this tournament. Let's see who is streaming right now. I think we'll go send a raid. Send a raid over to Sir Baron. So go say hello to Sir Baron. And I'll see you tomorrow at 16 GMT for Jordan and TaToH.